45.
It's a career opportunity unlike any other in the financial services industry. The Thrive in Financial Representative Development Program for new college graduates. Earn an immediate salary with bonus opportunities while getting support and training to build client relationships and grow your own business. Join a company that rewards young professionals who are results-driven and want to live out their faith by making a difference in the lives of Christians by helping them be wise with money.
Maybe it was a big thing, like helping you land the perfect internship. Maybe it was something small, like offering a sympathetic listening ear when you missed your family. It might have been advice about your choice of major, spiritual guidance, or how to deal with roommate conflicts. Whatever it was, you knew that you were seen and heard. You walked away a little lighter, a little more confident, knowing that someone else was walking this journey with you. At Bethel University, we're more than an academic institution. Yes, we're proud of our internationally recognized programs. Students come to Bethel to be equipped for success in over 50 fields of study, from residential undergraduate to online master's degrees. But they stay because they're not walking alone. 7 in 10 residential students are active in one-on-one mentoring or small groups. From the dedicated faculty to friendly staff, everyone at Bethel cares deeply about helping you prepare for what you were meant to do. Because we all believe you're meant to do incredible things for God's kingdom. And it's true. Bethel alumni are active in 65 nations around the world. What connects you to Bethel? There's no question. It's the relationships and community that give purpose to everything you gain here. At Bethel University, we see you. At Bethel University, we know you, and we'll connect your passion with a pathway to impact the world for Christ. Be true. Be blue. Be you at Bethel University.
Manage your money like a pro with TCU. You can score big with the TCU Debit MasterCard that gives you cash back on everyday purchases. Plus, you'll win with access to hundreds of free ATMs across Indiana. Check out TCU's starting lineup of services to help you manage your cash and build your savings. Visit TCUnet.com to kick off your better banking experience. See TCU Debit MasterCard terms and conditions for details. Alliance 1 and Co-op ATMs within Indiana are free. New members are subject to a $7 membership fee and $5 initial share deposit.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Regional Radio Sports Network. We're broadcasting live and in living Keller here from Bethel University in Mishawaka, Indiana. I'm Paul Condry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Glad you could join us. I hope you had a great Christmas. Glad to be back at it here today for Coach and I. Game number 1 of 2 for us. Immediately after this, we're going to head on over to Penn High School. Should have a neat matchup between the Elkhart Memorial Crimson Chargers, former Bethel standout Kyle Sears' team's taking on the legendary Al Rhodes. That's our nightcap. But how about the matinee here today, Coach? You have the Pilots who really have had their way with the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. You got to go back to 2011 since the Pilots lost into the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. It was a road game at Concordia. I remember doing that particular game. But this is a Blue Devil team under the direction of a really young kid, Josh Pickens. I spent some time with him earlier today and really like what he's doing. They won 13 games last year. This is a program that's really kind of in its infancy when you look at the big picture, especially when you compare it to what the Pilots have gone through over the course of the years. But program that's less than a decade, winning 13 games. Already 7 wins on the ledger this year, so a good place to be. They're in a very competitive league, 2-4, if you will, in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. But it's a club that really a scrappy group, and it's going to be a challenge today for the Pilots. The Pilots don't bring their air game. They could suffer their first loss here today. However, on paper, the Pilots have been a spectacular team in many situations for about 30 minutes a game. It's the other 10 that gets it adventurous, wouldn't you say?
Well, they played a good 35 against Taylor, but it went overtime, so it was a 45-minute game. But, yeah, this Lawrence Tech team comes in. They've beaten the teams they're supposed to beat. They've lost the teams they're probably supposed to lose to. The Pilots, they've been beating up on everybody for a certain stretch of the game, but then they like to make it really interesting, get us all nervous. Coach Draven getting gray hairs by the moment, and unblemished record, but they've had to work for those wins.
Yeah, and make no mistake about it, the Pilots competition has been really ferocious when it's all said and done. They've played 8 teams so far this season in the first 12 games where they have had either a 500 or better record. And you look at the big picture, if you're going by the rankings, since the rankings came out, the first ranking, preseason, first week, second week, they've taken on and beaten 6 teams that have been ranked in the top 25 or receiving votes. Currently, there's 3 teams in the poll, but you look at Indiana Tech, you look at McDonough early on, those teams were ranked in the preseason poll and were very highly regarded at the point in time. So the Pilots have done what they've asked to. They don't have to apologize for being 12-0 right now. If you listen to Josh Pickens, and which you will in a minute, he'll tell you that this team belongs in the top 5.
Yeah, which is interesting. They're picked preseason finish 5th in the conference, and here they are 9th in the country, but at the same time, we have 5 teams in the top 16 in the country. So, this conference, 1 through 5, there's not a whole lot that separates them. Whether it's ranked in the conference, ranked nationally, they're going to beat up on each other here as we turn the calendar to January. And so it's kind of our last non-conference one here at home, and then things get real.
Yeah, really. When you look at the Pilots, it's a very interesting week. They have 3 games in 4 days. They'll be on the road on Monday, respectively, at Roosevelt University. They'll be taking on a team that's really struggled, and taking on St. Francis, Illinois team that has kind of had some ups and downs. And then the Pilots will celebrate the new year, and they'll open up Crossroads League play on the road at the Lucky Arena against one of the best teams in America in Indiana Wesleyan. So it's a really important time for the Pilots. Make sure they stay grounded, not get overconfident, but most importantly, bring their A game today and take care of business at hand.
Yeah, good to see Nick Pluto out warming up. I think we'll see him get some minutes, and it's been good for the guys behind him to get minutes in his absence. Great for Philippe, but as well as a freshman. But we also know you can't count on those guys to play 30, 35 minutes when, late January. Those high school guys, the season wears on them, and so good to get Nick back in the rotation and add another big.
Once again, here we're live from Mike Lightfoot Court here inside the Gates Gymnasium at the Wycamp Athletic Center. We'll continue on with more of Bethel University men's basketball live on Regional Radio Sports, and we'll be back right after this short timeout on Regional Radio Sports.
It's just what I need. Be a part of IU South Bend. Call 574-520-IUSB or visit iusb.edu to get started. Indiana University South Bend. Personal attention, the power of an IU degree.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Manage your money like a pro with TCU. You can score big with the TCU Debit MasterCard that gives you cash back on everyday purchases. Plus, you'll win with access to hundreds of free ATMs across Indiana. Check out TCU's starting lineup of services to help you manage your cash and build your savings. Visit TCUnet.com to kick off your better banking experience. See TCU Debit MasterCard terms and conditions for details. Alliance One and Co-op ATMs within Indiana are free. New members are subject to a $7 membership fee and $5 initial share deposit.
College basketball this afternoon from Bethel University. Glad you can join us here as the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils are in town. Josh Pickens hanging out with us prior to today's matchup against the unbeaten Pilots. Josh, first of all, I just want to talk about the great job you guys are doing up north in Southfield, Michigan. Just kind of give us an idea on the dynamics when you took over the program. It was really kind of a mess. It's really a young program in its infancy, but last year 13 wins, 17 losses. Already this year, 7 wins on the ledger. You got to feel really good where you're going, man.
We feel good about the overall direction of the program. We're never satisfied. Our motto is to get better every day, continue to work our land, continue to pound the pavement, and reach our ceilings. And so, the win-loss record, obviously that's what you're judged upon, but we don't look at that too much. We just want to get better every single day and every year.
How difficult is it to make ground in a very, very competitive Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference? So really a conference similar to the Crossroads League that you got to grow up real fast.
Exactly. There's not a bad team in the WAC, and as you guys know, in the Crossroads, there's a ton of top-ranked teams. So, like you said it exactly, you got to grow up fast. It's every single night you got to come to battle, and with a young group, what I think that does is kind of callous you. And once they become sophomores, juniors, and seniors, they'll be battle-tested, they'll be prepared. So the best teacher is experience, and these guys get the luxury of going out there in the fire right away. Now, it gives me gray hair, but it'll benefit them down the road and it'll benefit our program as well.
As you moved over from being an assistant coach to the head coach, you move over one chair. A lot of people think, well, that's not going to be that difficult a situation. What have you learned in the early stages of your career?
Yeah, honestly, the situation we took over, so we went from a national tournament program, I did, and came and take one that was developing. So the difference on the floor wasn't that much. I think the main thing that I realized was I could still have strong relationships with the student athletes as the head coach, like I did as an assistant. Now, there's a line there, but I think when I first started, I thought, all right, as a head coach, hey, you got to separate yourself. You can't be nice to them and things like that, and that's completely the opposite. I know my strengths are relationships, and so I think that helped me.
All right, I want you to turn your attention to the opponent today. I know you've had a couple days to get ready for Bethel. Your concerns on the Pilots?
They don't have a weakness. Bethel's a high-level team, probably the best team in the country when you really look at them. And I know the new rankings will be out in a couple weeks, and they might be top 5, and I think they should be top 3. So Cruz is great, Gilon is great, coach is doing a great job. I mean, you guys average 95 a game, really push tempo, and so we want to come in here and try to slow you down a little bit defensively. We know that'll be tough, and on the offensive end, we got to try to put the ball in the basket, and that comes with making shots. So there's no weakness there. We got to come to battle. We got to come to grind every possession and kind of see where we're at the end.
All right, I want you to walk me through for our viewers today who are watching this game for the first time, getting a chance to see the Blue Devils. Who are they going to expect to see great things from today?
Well, hopefully our top 5 really come out and play well. We got 2 freshmen that we start that we're excited about. Brandon Beavers at the point guard spot, averaging about, 4 or 5 assists a game. And then Gunnar Gustafson is our second or third leading scorer as our only true post player. And so hopefully those 2 play well. But on the wings, we also have Carter Frantz and Jordan Henry coming off the bench. We can light it up from deep and fill it up. So we rely on those guys heavily for scoring. And to keep up with you guys tonight, we'll definitely have to put the ball in the basket.
Coach, blessed New Year to you, my friend.
You too. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Once again, Josh Pickens, our special guest here prior to today's game against the Lawrence Tech Blue Devils. We'll be back with more right after this on Regional Radio Sports. Now through December 31st at any of the Gates Automotive locations, take advantage of the Gates Holiday Credit Event. Drive your next Gates vehicle today and don't make a payment until almost spring. Choose from 1,000 new and used vehicles. And once again, don't forget, you don't have to make a payment until March of 2020. Stop by and grab some candy canes at Gates Toyota, Gates Chevy World, Gates of Granger, Gates of Elkhart, or Gates Advantage. For more information, go to www.gatesautomotive.com. Pilots basketball here today on Regional Radio Sports, taking on the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Josh Pickens joined us earlier, and now we're glad to be joined by Steve Draven, the head coach of the Pilots. Steve, first of all, this is your first holiday, if you will, as being a head coach, and it was an adventurous one for you and your wife and the kids. Tell us a little bit about holiday with the Dravens. Was it a great Christmas vacation?
I love this question. As we talked before being on air here, my wife and I went to Chicago for a couple of days and relaxed and spent some time just unwinding. Didn't take any work. We took a couple naps a day. That was good. And then we spent about 4 or 5 days going to my parents, her parents, and it was absolute chaos with 3 young kids, 5, 3, and 1, and it was great. It was fun, but just as you know, as a parent, with those young kids, man, it can be tiring, exhausting. You saw the picture of my Twitter with the car just jam-packed, and driving home from Christmas, just presents, stuff, all that stuff. So it was fun, but came back a little tired, but mentally and emotionally refreshed. And our guys were the same, and I was pleased with our first practice back, one of our best practices of the year. The energy, the effort, you could tell guys worked out, lifted, got in the gym. I was really pleased with that.
Well, it's an interesting situation you find yourself in now because you got 3 games in 4 days here. It's somewhat of a little bit NEI national tournament feel to it. So certainly starts today with this young Blue Devil team, and certainly Josh Pickens, the group he's going to throw on the floor. They've made great strides. It was a program that was a mess before him and his staff took over. Won 13 games last year, but he's got 2 really talented freshmen that you're got to be concerned with, in Brandon Beavers and Gunnar Gustafson. I know those guys have come way up high on your radar screen. So let's talk about the Blue Devils and what concerns you about the team from the Wolverines/Spartan State.
I'm really impressed how they play. Like you said, they've gotten better as the year's gone on, just with a young team. And the system that they run reminds me a lot of Samford back in the day when I played at Belmont and coached at Lipscomb, and Jimmy Tillett days with some of the back doors, the wave action, high post, back screen, flare screen type stuff. It's a tough guard, and our guys have to kind of change how they defend. They have to be disruptive at the right times, aggressive at the right times, but also be smart and solid at other times, and play a little differently. And so it's going to be a good challenge for us. I think we're prepared. Went over this stuff last couple of days, and I just want our guys to play hard, play aggressive, not think. And we're going to give up some stuff. We're going to give up, maybe a backdoor layup here, a dribble handoff, step back 3, something like that. But I just want us to play hard and stay with it.
The true picture of a great team is to be able to beat the teams that you're better on paper. In the next 3 games, you're going to find yourself in a situation where you're better on paper than your next 3 opponents. But the bottom line is, if your kids don't come out and lace them up and get after it, you're going to find yourself on the outside looking in. This comes down slowly onto the head coach, making sure you guys have got them emotionally on edge to compete at the highest level. Let's talk about how you go about this.
It's a great question. If I had the exact answer to have our team ready to play every single night and great for 40 minutes, I'd write a book on it and make $1 million. But it's tough. It's challenging to keep guys up. Today we had, I think, our 72nd practice, shoot around I call it, and just keeping guys motivated throughout a year. We're 3.5 months into it, and we're playing 3 teams. We don't talk a whole lot about how good the other team is. We're just trying to be the best we can be each practice, each game. That's my whole goal. The growth mindset thing, the staying positive. Let's try to be the best team we can be, regardless of what our record is. Let's try to be the best team we can be. We've not done that yet. We're still growing. We're still getting better. Our guys know it. We still have another level we can get to, and I'm fighting hard for our guys to get to that level. So just another challenge for us. Play against a team that will put us in tough situations defensively, and hopefully our guys respond.
The Pilots have won 19 straight games against the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference. Will that continue? Stay tuned for more. Thanks to Steve Draven for joining us here on the pregame show. We'll be back with more of Pilots basketball right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
From every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities, but they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines, a tough and determined few celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports. Paul Coundry along with Coach Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us here today. The Bethel Pilots ranked number 9 in the country, 12-0, 3-0 in the very, very competitive Crossroads League. They're 6-0 here at home, 6-0 on the road. And, of course, for first-year head coach Steve Draven, he takes on a Blue Devil team that is 7-5, 2-4. They are 2-2 at home, 5-3 away from the friendly confines of their gymnasium. Of course, the Blue Devils program, which began back in 2012 and 2013, has a record of 47 wins and 169 losses. Compare that to the Pilots program that's been around since the Mesozoic era, back since 1959. The Pilots with 1,290 wins compared to 622 losses. But it's about today. Pilots, Mark, come in averaging 95, giving up 83. Defensively, not too shabby are the Blue Devils. They're coming in scoring exactly. This is exactly to the point. Lawrence Tech is giving up 72.8 and scoring 72.8 per game. However, they're being out-rebounded by a +3. They're shooting 66% from the charity stripe. The Pilots are right around 70. Lawrence Tech is 44% from the field. Pilots are 48. Three-point range is really close. Blue Devils at 37, the Pilots at 38. But here's where the difference becomes, as the Pilots are averaging 19 assists per ball game. Lawrence Tech at around 14, 7 steals for both ball clubs. Pilots with 13 turnovers. The Blue Devils with 12, and both teams right at 2 block shots a game. But the difference is probably plain and simple. As long as number 3 is on the floor, all is good with the Bethel basketball world.
Yeah, things seem to go really well when Travion Cruz is on the floor and playing well. But he's got a good supporting cast there with, Rassler's played well this year. KJ Keontae Jenkins had an outstanding first year here at Bethel. Grant Galen, when he's shooting the ball, things are great. When he's not shooting the ball well, they're still good, because he still stretches the defense even when he's not hitting. So a lot of good pieces there for that Pilot team. I love the pregame interview. Coach seems to really like your questions. Responds every one. That's a good question. That's why you do what you do, right?
Having once again, coming back to what Josh Pickens told you and I before the game, he says he really likes what we do. I always like to hear that from another basketball guy. We are very, very blessed to be able to hear from a lot of our listeners and viewers, whether we're either on radio, whether it be online, whatever the case may be. We always love the feedback. But we really, really appreciate when the head coach of the team that you're covering is giving you a lot of love. Yeah, and that's a great. We've always known that in our league, but outside of our league, we seldom get to hear that.
And I didn't realize this until I took over the women's team for those last 10 games last year. And the only way to scout was to watch other broadcasts. And as I watched other broadcasts, I was like, oh, wow, I hope we don't do that. Or, I viewed it as I'm scouting as a coach, but I'm listening as a fellow commentator, taking things away like, oh, we need to do more of that, or, oh, that was good. And so, yeah, it's always good when we hear positive feedback from people. Even the negative feedback, constructive criticism is good for us. But love when the opposing coaches tell us they enjoy listening to us while they're scouting.
The Pilots have played 8 teams with a record of 500 or better, and the Pilots have beaten currently 3 teams that are ranked in the current top 25. And if you think it's going to get, they think that's pretty good, look on the horizon, ladies and gentlemen. There are 8 ranked opponents on the horizon for the Bethel men's basketball program. That is a scary and daunting task. We're going to go on over to the legendary Brian Miller, who's got all the details here today. Once again, nobody does it better than the legendary Brian Miller. Let's go on down to him for the opening pregame protocol and announcements.
Your attention, please. Bethel University welcomes all players, officials, and spectators to today's contest. As a member of the NAIA, we are proud to be participants in the Champions of Character Initiative. We ask each of you to help create a positive, fun, and competitive environment by showing respect for one another. Fans, on behalf of the Crossroads League and Bethel University, please enjoy today's contest. Ladies and gentlemen, this time we ask you to please rise and kindly remove your caps as Bethel University Assistant Women's Basketball Coach Marissa Ulrich leads us in this afternoon's opening prayer.
Let us pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for delivering us here safely today. I pray for the players. Please protect them and allow everything that is said and done in this gym today to glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Thank you. Fans, please remain standing as we honor America and those who serve and protect our great country with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. Today's national anthem will be performed by Bethel University Music Department Professor Maggie Youngblood.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Once again,
My, oh
good
my.
afternoon, ladies and gentlemen.
The bar has been set high.
Belated Merry Christmas. Welcome to Mike Lightfoot Court inside the Gates Gymnasium here on the campus of Bethel University. This is the Y Camp Center. Thank you for attending today's men's basketball matchup between the visitors, the Blue Devils of Lawrence Tech University, and the home team, your Bethel University Pilots. Let's meet the starting lineups now, powered by First Source Bank, your partners from the first. First for the visitors from Lawrence Tech. At one guard, a 6'2" freshman from Columbus, Ohio, wearing number 0, Brandon Beavers. Also at guard, 6'5" sophomore from Columbus, Ohio, number 1, Isaiah Cumberland. At a guard, 5'10" sophomore from Dansville, Michigan, number 2, Carter France. At one forward for the Blue Devils, 6'7" freshman from Milford, Michigan, number 22, Gunnar Gustafson. And also at forward, 6'6" junior from Macomb, Michigan, wearing number 31, Alec Ivanovic. Head coach of the Blue Devils is Joshua Pickens. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, BC fans of all ages, here's the starting lineup for the home team, your Bethel University Pilots. Starting at one guard, he's a 6' junior from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 3, Trevion Cruz. At forward for BU, 6'5" senior from Niles, Michigan, number 13, Gavin Ressler. At another guard, 6' sophomore from Trafalgar, Indiana, number 22, Jared DeHart. At center for the Pilots, 6'8" freshman from Monrovia, Indiana, number 25, Maxwell Newman. And a guard for your Pilots, 6'5" junior. He's from Crown Point, Indiana, wearing number 30, Grant Galen. Bethel coaches are Mark Pulsgrove, Alex Daniel, Will Abbott, with managers Elijah Andrews and Micah Gabler, and the head coach of your Pilots. In his first season, the 2004 Belmont graduate, Steve Draven.
All right, there you have all the details.
And today's officials, the men in stripes for this afternoon's contest, Mr. Michael Kashirski, Mr. Greg Garrickson, and Mr. Christopher Fuller.
Okay, the Pilots decked out gray shorts, gray jerseys, blue numbers trimmed in white, Bethel written in white on the front. They'll move from right to left on your screen. Lawrence Tech University Blue Devils will be moving with the black jerseys. And Lawrence Tech written in gray on the front. They'll be moving from left to right. As we'll expect the weave out front. That's what they do. Glad you can join us here today on Regional Radio Sports.
Yeah, spread the floor, keep the low post open. dribble drive, penetrate kick action.
Beavers goes over onto the far side now here to Ivanovic. Now back on the far wing. Jump shot for three is off the rim, no good on the look by Isaiah Cumberland. And now here's Jared Dehart coming over now to Cruz. Cruz jump past to Galen in the wing. Three, good.
Right away, Coach Pickens stood up shaking his head before Grant even shot like, the scouting report, how's he been open?
With a basketball out here on the near side wing, now Brandon Beavers. Goes back to the far side, now to France. The left side in the wing, now to Ivanovic. Hands it out here to the top. Jump shot three, no good off the look from Ivanovic. Rebound powered up and in, nicely done by Gunnar Gustafson. He's a talented young player.
Yeah, he just outworked all the pilots. That came from the top of the key, grabbed the board and put it back in.
Jared Dehart hands it off now to Cruz, near side wing, back to Dehart in the deep left corner.
Lobs there.
Lobs inside, nice job by Gustafson to knock it away, but tracking it down is Newman. Max with the drive, the right-handed finger roll, and a blocking foul inside, whistled on Carter France, and that'll send to the charity stripe the former Monrovia Bulldog, Maxwell Newman, the 6'8", 230-pound freshman.
It's an unorthodox shot there. He had DeHart actually made a good back cut and had him for the little drop-off, but went up and drew contact.
Max on the season, averaging 11 points, 4.5 rebounds, a 54% free throw shooter.
Have to improve that, especially as you get into conference play when games are won and lost by 5 points or less.
And he misses 2 free throws. And now from left to right now, Brandon Beavers gives up here. Ball high to Jovanovic. Over on the far side, the handoff is into the hands of Cumberland. Back out top Beavers. Beavers around the screen. Hesitates at the left elbow. Goes far wing now, Jovanovic. 10 on the shot clock. It's a little travel. And that was a double dribble. Shot on the way good by Isaiah Cumberland. And it's now a 4-3 advantage for the visitors.
And you see,
and a turnover
yep.
on the Pilots. Quickly from left to right now. On the dribble is France. Jump pass into the far corner and then back out to the top into the deep right corner.
And they'll be content to run another 30 seconds off it.
Perfect
game plan so far.
Goes left side now to Ivanovic. Goes to the left elbow now to Gustafson. Back out to the top now, Cumberland. Cumberland left elbow, shoots one off the backboard, no good. And then okay, you heard that, Mark?
And I have no idea what that was. It was a player delay warning for a head bob on number 2.
Please write that down because that's my new one on me.
And I hear the fans asking what it is, and I don't know. It's a new one. I got the computer here, Paul. I'm going to look up what the head bob rule is because.
And I will mark it down, 1742, since that's important, evidently. Around the top now, here's Cruz losing the handle on it. And Cruz with 2 turnovers here in the early stages.
Well, and I think that's a result of his good hands.
Nice job by Newman on the turnover.
Tech slowing things down, and so Bethel's trying to speed things up, and that's where you get those turnovers.
Here's Gavin Rassler for a long 3, no good. Newman with the rebound. He powers it back up, no good. Rebound ricochets to Dehart in the corner. Now back out high now to Rassler. Now over in the far side to Dehart. Jared Dehart waits for some help. Lobs it inside to Newman. 5 on the shot clock. Backdoor now to Galen, and he is hammered. Nice movement by the Pilots, and Galen going off the ball.
And Pilots are really starting to use that seal and throw over the top. And 2 times now we've seen Jared do it once and Grant there when the ball's gone to the post, cut off the basketball. You've got to do that as the defense is looking to double.
With the ball now, Galen, a 88% free throw shooter, and he shoots and scores to tie up the ball game at 4-4. Mark, I was watching here. I was here 2.5 hours before broadcast time, getting things set up and watching Grant Galen shoot and talking to Tiny Condry upstairs and just marveling at the beauty of his release. Anywhere on the floor, it's the same release from a free throw as it is from 45 feet.
Reminds you of Zach Miller.
It
the
does.
same thing. Yeah, Zach shot.
We had the same conversation.
Yeah, Zach shot 15-footers the same way he shot 45-footers.
And here's Ivanovic with the basketball on the far sideline. Directs some traffic. Pilots trying to turn up the heat defensively. Now Beavers here at the top. Hesitates, pulls up from 15. Shot no good. Ball deflected into the hands. Nice power move to keep the ball alive by the team from Michigan. On the dribble drive, powering to the goal, and for the score is Alec Ivanovic, making it 6-5.
If you're Coach Pickens, other than that first triple that you gave up to Galen, this team has done everything you've wanted game plan-wise.
Cruz with the step back three, good.
And that's well defended. That's just a great player making a great shot.
Cruz's 32nd triple of the year comes at the 16-13 mark. Bethel leads it 8-6.
It's always nice when you have that in your back pocket.
Yep.
Good hands, good hustle by Newman.
Absolutely. The freshman with a great hustle move. That sends a message to your bench. Now here's Dehart, far side wing. Now goes to Cruz. Foul line extended right on the drive. Now here to Newman. Newman with a hesitation, pump and score. 10-6 in favor of the Pilots here at the 15:45 mark. They've run off 5-0.
A lot of good things on that screen roll. Travian came to a jump stop. Newman used the pump fake. A lot of fundamental basketball.
Jordan Henry's in the game now. Wearing jersey number 11. Here's
Good
a steal
read.
by Grant Galen. Galen back the other way with the two-hand dunk. 12-6 in favor of the Pilots. 7-0 run.
And Grant's not known as a great defender, but he reads passing lanes well. We saw him get a tip last game, and he read that one there for the breakaway slam.
Here's Cumberland handing it off now here to the top now to Ivanovic. Still on the right wing. Lost the handle on it. Now back out here to the top now to Beavers. Beavers goes deep right corner. Here's Ivanovic. Going to back in on Rassler. Back out to the top. There's a running one-hander down the lane. No good on the look from Beavers. And I'm screened out of the
Jump
way.
ball pulled away by Tech. I thought they were going to call it.
And
Yeah, Newman and who was that over there? Cumberland both had the ball.
Henry goes up high on the right elbow now to
Good screen
to
roll.
Gustafson. He drives, and he's going to earn 2 free shots.
Jared was late on the rotation, reached in and got the foul, but it's a nice fundamental screen roll, good bounce pass.
And we have our first media timeout coming your way. 14:40 to go. Our coverage of Bethel University basketball is being presented in part by State Farm agent Eric Gunther. Think about the people who really get you, like your favorite waiter or your sportscaster who knows you need your wings with extra spice and blue in your life and help protect what's important. Call State Farm agent Eric Gunther today at 574-291-1597. Once again, on the court, all-stars make assists look easy. Behind the back, no look, or off the backboard, they're dropping dimes nonstop. That's how we feel about the coverage and savings. Combine your home and auto with State Farm and start your own assist highlight reel. After all, even all-stars need an assist. Call my favorite all-star, Eric Gunther, for all your insurance need, whether it be home, auto, and enjoy the savings. Eric Gunther at 574-291-1597 or on the web at www.statefarm.com.
Eric doesn't know this, but I'm switching my insurance over to him, Bethel State Farm, for plenty of years, and my agent sent me the, hey, sorry to say I'm retiring at the end of the year. And so it's an easy decision to go, okay, I know somebody else at State Farm I can switch over to.
There you go. And you, as to quote the legendary knight in the Raiders of the Lost Ark movies, you chose wisely.
Well, there you go. I see Eric sitting across the way enjoying the game today. Couple of his beautiful daughters with him.
And now the 12-6 game. Gunnar Gustafson, a 48% free throw shooter, makes that one look easy. 12-7.
So the head bob, Paul, is part of the flop rule. If a player snaps his head back to try and sell contact, it's like falling on the ground when there wasn't contact, so it's just a charge warning.
12-8 now after the free throws here at 14:40.
Learned
now
something
here's
new
Cruz
after being around this game forever.
Going over to the far side now here to
There's
Dehart.
that lob. There it
Lobs
is.
in inside to Newman. Newman powers to the goal for 2. 14-8 in favor. Max Newman with a solid start, except for the 2 free throws that he missed.
Yeah, and they do a great job of clearing out that backside, going up to the top of the key to set a back screen, and that's when the lob time's available.
Back here at the top, Gustafson goes right side now to Jordan Henry. He drives, leans in,
traveled.
and he walked with it.
Yeah, he got fouled, but he did travel before the foul.
Henry does a great job off the bench, averaging 14 points, 2.5 rebounds, 2 assists, a couple of miscues per ball game. Not bad for a youngster coming off the bench.
I feel like this team, just only seen them for 6 minutes here, just feel like they could use a couple knockdown shooters. They're getting good ball movement. Everybody's active. There's a good back.
Oh, there's a nice play there by Newman on the pass. Back out to Rassler. Back to Galen, off balance three, good. and look at the Josh Pickens. He goes, what can we do there?
Yeah, he's falling away sideways. It's gonna be one of those days. He knocked down, what do you have, eight or nine last game, and he's gonna follow that up with, I'm gonna say he gets 7 of them today.
With a basketball, here's France driving, kick back out here to the top now to Ivanovic. Back right side now to Dwayne Allen. Over here at the top now, drive shots cut off. Long three-point shot at the top, rattles in and around the rim from Dwayne Allen, the Flint, Michigan product. Cruz, 3 near wing, good. Time out in favor of the visitors, 20-8. As you can see, Josh Pickens saying, why isn't anybody guarding the shooters?
Easier said than done, but straight to the rim and scores. We're going to say, why are you guarding a guy who doesn't have the ball? So it's a lose-lose situation defending these two guys.
You can buy technology from any. They strive to provide highly innovative solutions to your unique technology needs. Qubit Networks is passionate about you, and they're dedicated to make your purchase a great experience and one that you'll never forget. For more information on Qubit Networks, 219-324-9900, or visit them at www.qubitnet.com. Qubit Networks.
Pilots shooting 7 of 9 early, 4 of 5 from three-point range. Out-rebounding the opponent 6-4, but there's not that many rebound opportunities they've gotten. 2 offensive rebounds. They've only missed 2 offensive shots.
With the basketball now in a half-court set, the Blue Devils of Lawrence Tech.
Yeah, Ertz on the floor, so they have 2 freshmen now.
Here's a block by Newman, and they're going to call a jump ball. Alternating possession. Aber will give that over to the Pilots, so that great play there.
Yeah, he got beat bad off the dribble, but he was able to respond and went up to get a block at the top, and the player came down with the ball. So
20-8 Pilots, their largest lead of the game thus far. Reset the shot clock.
Should be at 13:07, I believe, for both.
And now it'll be Bethel basketball to move from right to left. Nathan Ertz will hand it off now to Cruz. He's into the half-court set. Gets it back on the handoff. Here's Galen coming around a screen. 3, good. 23-8.
I meant 7 this half when I said 7. Holy cow.
Back out to the top now. Ivanovic goes on the drive. Nice little move by Brandon Beavers, cutting off the drive, making it 23-10. 12:41 to go.
Cruz with the answer. Top of the key for 3. Pilots now 6 of 7 from three-point range, extending that lead to 26-10 with 12:30 to play.
Ball coming out high now here to Ivanovic. Ivanovic will step back and load up the triple and knock it down. He finds an answer to the question at hand. Cruz at the top now gives way now here to Nathan Ertz. Ertz through traffic, had it stripped away, went off his shin and goes out of bounds. It'll be a turnover on the Pilots as now Jared Dedart exits and back onto the floor for the first time, I should say, will be Philippe Segota and Keontae Jenkins for the Pilots. So only 2 starters remain on the hardwood for the home team.
Yeah, but unfortunately for Lawrence Tech, those 2 starters are 6 of 7 from three-point range.
And they're both juniors. Here's a drive, kick out into the corner now is Carter France. France comes around, is stolen by Grant Galen. Galen on the push out. Tries to.
That's going to be off Ertz.
Yeah, it was.
Oh. They're going to say it stays there. I thought Ertz got a hand on off the deflection. We didn't have the best angle.
So the Pilots will inbound over here in the deep left corner from our vantage point.
So my question to Grant is, why are you passing the ball? Just shoot it the way you're feeling today.
Now here's Cruz on the trigger in the deep left corner. Keep in mind Lawrence Tech's coming off a win against Goshen the last time out. Here's Galen. Back out to the top to Keontae Jenkins. Now he finds Cruz on the near wing. Back out to top to Nathan Ertz. Swings it to Keontae Jenkins on the far wing. KJ on the drive, steps.
Oh, nice step
pull
back.
up, 16-footer, good. 28-13. Keontae Jenkins with his first field goal on his first shot of the evening.
Took the defender hard to the middle and then stepped back between the legs, pull up.
Jordan Henry launches the three-point shot over Jenkins, and he answers it right back now. 28-16 as the visitors have recorded back-to-back three-point shots. Here is Cruz missing the shot. Rebound. Philippe Segota couldn't try. There's a steal by Galen. Galen with the basketball on the dribble drive in traffic reverse layup. Segota tips it out, and now Jordan Henry comes away with the pumpkin now for Lawrence Tech. Henry with the drive, shovels it over to the left side, and then there's an easy field goal on the handoff for Gunnar Gustafson.
That's an 8-2 run here for the visitors. A nice little run, knock down a couple triples, get a turnover, and go down and score.
Ertz with the drive from the right block, no good. Rebound, Segota tips it out. And into the hands of Isaiah Cumberland.
Ertz has become too one-dimensional. It just gets the ball, drives right, goes hard to the rim.
Brandon Beavers goes to the far side, comes back out high now to Gustafson. Back out to the point now, Ivanovic. Gives way now here to Henry. Jordan with a step-back jump shot from 16, no good. Philippe Segota snags down the carom.
Yeah, gave KJ a little of his own medicine there with the same step-back move.
Travion Cruz with the ball in the half-court set. His club up 10, 28-18. Jenkins on the drive. Throws it off of the foot of Jordan Henry. And multiple substitutions. Live Granville will check into the game now for Grant Galen. Is that Grant's first rest of the game?
I believe so, yep.
I believe it is.
Yep.
So Nathan Ertz will now inbound the ball to the left of the lane.
See if Life get at the top of the key and then a seal in down low.
Life goes to the far side, now to Cruz. Cruz with a pull-up 14-footer right baseline. Segota with the tip. Ball ricochets into the hands of Dwayne Allen of Tech. Up court quickly on a breakout. Jordan Henry with the drive, the shot.
And one.
And are they going to count the basket? What's the call going to be?
Good bucket.
And that makes it 28-20.
This was 26-10 at the 12:30 mark, I believe.
Yeah, 12:34.
So
16-point lead, and here we are again.
Well, like Coach said, if he knew, you'd be a rich man if you had a book that you could write with all the answers on how to keep teams from not giving up big leads.
And now Cruz will walk it now into the forecourt. Goes now to Ertz on the right elbow. Ertz drives, and he just lost the handle on it.
Yeah, and the refs are not going to give him that call even though there's contact, 'cause it's head down, bull in a china shop.
Yeah.
Reminds me of young Paul Foreman.
Yeah, with the basketball now, Brandon Beavers. Beavers backs it out of harm's way.
And as Paul progressed through his career, he started putting a spin move on. He started knocking down the jumper, and Nathan will be the same way.
Ball on the far side now, Jordan Henry.
Good
Henry
step
waits
back.
for a cutter. Here's France with a jump shot from 14, no good. Rebound, Segota tries to track it down, and the ball was deflected off of his hands.
It's a real nice screen, re-screen by Lawrence Tech. France went down off of the screen and then curled back around the same screen to get that good look.
Cruz getting his first break of the half now at the 9:25 mark as Jared Dehart checks into the game again.
Lawrence Tech shooting 8 of 18 from the floor, but their 10 misses have been good shots. They've had good looks.
With the basketball out here at the top now, Brandon Beavers comes around
Screen
screen and roll. Nice job by Dehart to come away with the steal. Here's Keontae Jenkins with the crossover with the finger roll, and he scores, making it 30-21. First Pilot basket in over a minute and a half.
KJ with the last 2 buckets, I believe. That's a great crossover move by him to get to the rim.
Max Newman checking in at the next whistle with a basketball out high here.
5 count.
Oh, it could have been.
Yeah.
Here is Gustafson backing in. Here's the ball deflected, and a
That's
kick
a
save
kick.
and a beauty by Philippe Segota. Live Granville.
That's a kick.
With the play. Now here's Dehart on the push out. Finds Jenkins in the corner. Keontae, wide open triple, bricked it. Rebound comes long to Beavers. Beavers 2-on-1 developing. Beavers shot rejected by Keontae Jenkins.
Great play by Jared Dehart. Both players jumping out of bounds, and Jared throws the ball off.
Great hustle play by the team wearing a gray jersey. Max Newman checking in for Philippe Segota.
KJ hung in the air, waited for that block shot. Good job getting back my defense on both him and DeHart.
Nathan Ertz to inbound the ball. And the Pilots with Jenkins, Newman, Granville. Ertz and DeHart on the floor engage the offense here at the 8.5-minute mark. Wrap around to the low post, bad pass by Ertz. Back the other way now. Here is Jordan Henry with an easy finish. 30-23, 8:13 to go.
5 turnovers now on the Pilots today.
Dehart at the top now. Gives way now to Jenkins. Keontae still on the dribble. Drives. Shovels it over here now to Newman. Granville redirects it out here to Dehart. Now Granville. 3-point shot off the rim. No good. Jenkins the rebound. Back to Dehart for three. Good. 33-23. Jared Dehart with his first basket of the night.
That's a big bucket for the Pilots as you have Cruz and Galen sitting on the bench. Somebody need to step up and knock one down.
With a basketball now, Gustafson. Gustafson backing in. Shot blocked by Newman. Or are they going to get a bailout?
That's a late whistle. Yep. Late whistle. They're calling Newman for his second foul.
And that should be your media timeout. 7:35 to go in the first half of play. Bethel 33, Lawrence Tech 23. We'll be back with more of college basketball live from the Gates Gymnasium. We're on Mike Lightfoot Court this afternoon. Thanks for joining us, and we'll be back with more right after this on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Serving Indiana residents since 1985, Centier Bank remains committed to supporting students, schools, and families. Centier Bank is a proud sponsor of the Regional Radio Sports Network Performer of the Week in recognition of outstanding athletes. Visit Centier.com today to view this week's featured athlete. Centier Bank, member FDIC.
Paul Condry along with Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us here today from Bethel University. Don't forget, join me every Thursday night at Beef O'Brady's in Granger. On Thursday, the Fajita Thursdays, try seasoned chicken, Angus skirt steak, grilled shrimp for just $9.99, located at State Road 23 in Bittersweet Road. Beefs is open for lunch, 11 a.m., 7 days a week. For more information, check them out on the World Wide Web at www.beefobradys.com. Beef O'Brady's, good food, good sports, Beef O'Brady's.
Pilots have added the ball boy aspect this year, and they bring out water and a towel to the officials during timeouts. And two of our three officials took a knee, talked to the guys. The one here created a little handshake with his towel and water boy, and I just think it's good for the game.
Gustafson, excuse me, Coach, just missed his first free throw of the afternoon. He's now 2 for 3.
And it gives these officials a chance to interact with somebody who's not yelling at them because they missed a call.
Second free throw good, so one of the two opportunity afforded Gustafson is good. It makes it 33-24.
Both teams with 10 rebounds. Pilots with 5 turnovers, visitors with 7 turnovers. The Pilots are shooting 60%. Visitors are only shooting 45% today.
Dehart comes out high now to Rassler over here on the near wing now, and a traveling call on Keontae Jenkins.
6 turnovers now for the Pilots.
Checking back in for Lawrence Tech will be Dwayne Allen. And exiting will be Brandon Beavers.
If you're Tech, you've got to be happy. You're down 9, you have the ball. Pilots are shooting 7 of 11 from three-point range. You got off to a bad start. We're down 16 early and been able to fight through it and keep this thing close.
Ball comes up high now here to Ivanovic. Now here to Henry. Henry jump pass deflected by Gavin Rassler. The ball was going into the corner.
Good job by KJ. KJ took a shoulder there, and he just went to the official and said, keep an eye, and the official nodded.
Granville checks out as Travion Cruz will check back in.
17 on the shot clock here.
On the ball in the far corner now. As Allen gets it inside now here to Ivanovic, and he'll bring it out here to the top, and they'll engage the offense. Back out here the ball on the right side. Should have been a travel, no call. Now the ball into the hands, Ivanovic. Gives way here now to Henry. His triple, no good, and the rebound, Jared Dehart. Dehart quickly over the timeline, now goes to Jenkins in the corner. Now back out to here to the top now. Not a Rassler in the corner, and I don't know who he was throwing it to. But saved by Jenkins. What a play by Keontae Jenkins.
Yep, 9 guys stopped playing.
Give it back to him. KJ with the drive, and he traveled.
Yeah, 9 guys stopped playing, and KJ absolutely out-hustled everybody to grab that one.
It's one of those situations where you just got to take the jump shot while he was there.
Well, and obviously officials, that's 2 travels they've called on KJ, so it makes me think somebody has seen something on film to say, hey, watch his jab step.
He comes out of the ball game now. So the Pilots have Galen and Cruz back on after a really solid rest. With the ball over here, now Ivanovic goes in the deep right corner. Wrap around to the low post to Gustafson. Double team. Back out to the top now, Beavers. Beavers jump shot no good. Ball ricochets into the hands of Jared Dehart. Dehart up court quickly now. Cruz makes the save on the errant pass. There's the lob pass over here. Dehart, triple, bucket. 36-24, Jared Dehart with back-to-back threes.
That's good offense when Cruz hits the trailer wrestler who hits the next trailer for the knockdown.
Here's Henry with the basketball now. Jordan looking, goes now deep right corner out. Ivanovic inside with a nice play for Gustafson for the layup.
Yeah.
36-26.
Beavers set a great back screen over there to free up his teammate for the easy two.
Cruz at the top now, ball reversal back to Rassler. Lobs it inside now to Philippe. Philippe blocked it, and the second shot goes out of bounds.
If Philippe goes up left-handed, he scores. He took it back to the double team there at the right hand.
And now it'll be Bethel to inbound the ball to the left of the lane. I'm impressed with the way this Blue Devil squad is going at it here today.
Yeah, you're playing a team that's 8 of 12 from three-point range, and you're hanging.
Here's the ball out here on the top now, Cruz. Cruz with a drive at it, stripped away on the double team. Now here's Brandon Beavers at the top. Beavers looks, goes inside again to Gustafson for the layup. Pilots have done a poor job.
Yeah.
36-28.
Screen roll has been their go-to, and this is where conference opponents are watching this going, okay, we want to set elbow screens against the Pilots.
Here's Cruz with the drive. Stops, reversal back here to Dehart. Jared inside to Philippe for the field goal attempt, and he missed it. That'll send Philippe to the line with 5:12 to go.
It's a good pass there by Jared. Philippe couldn't knock it down. See if he can hit a couple freebies. Comes in shooting 63% from the foul line.
With the basketball, Segota with a miss. He'll have another opportunity. Philippe on the year, averaging 3.5 points, 3.5 rebounding, a 63% free throw shooter. Second shot is way off the mark with 5:11 to go. That's the second two-miss opportunity by the Pilots.
Yeah, Pilots have missed 4 three-pointers and 4 free throws.
And here is an illegal screen set up by Brandon Beavers.
Turnover number
Good
8.
call by the official.
Yeah, they're really on top of that this year on the handoffs. They're calling that screen often, and it's a good, consistent call. See former Pilot Gage Ott sitting across the way. Some
With the
Bethel volleyball players.
Yeah. Here's
Why not?
Greg Galen with a long three. In and out, tipped up by Segota. This time Philippe scores with the left hand. 38-28, 4:43 to go.
You know Henry was going, that had better not fall. I've got a hand in his face. He's fading away. Here's the response. No
Philippe
good.
with the rebound again. Now gives it off to Dehart. Jared over the timeline now. Finds Grant Galen. His triple way off the rims. Philippe with the rebound again. This time it's knocked out of bounds by Gustafson.
Just
what
getting
a job by Philippe on the glass.
Yeah, didn't corral that one, but he was in there competing and caused a turnover. That's great offense by Dehart, dribbling right towards Grant's man, making him stop ball, giving up the three-point shot attempt.
And now to inbound will be Gavin Rassler to the left of the lane. Comes back out high now to Cruz. Cruz at the free throw line. Jump shot off the rim, no good. Ball. Boy, I tell you what, that's got to be a foul. Grant Galen was shoved into February.
Yeah, Henry shoved him in the back. It's a silly one there. You get a defensive stop and you give him another chance.
And that will be Bethel basketball.
Missed call there. They called it on France, and it was certainly Henry that shoved. That's what France is looking. That's his second foul, and he's like, I didn't do anything. Yeah, no, it was definitely Jordan. That's where Henry has to step up and say, hey, that was on me, because he doesn't have any fouls.
With the basketball now, Cruz on the trigger on the inbound. Looking, comes back out nine high to Galen and now to Dehart. Dehart in between the circles, still on the dribble.
Slip that Travion.
Goes left side and out. There's a pass inside to Segota. Philippe backs
Opposite
it in.
corner.
There's that little right-handed hook. No good. Galen with the tip. No good. And then a foul called as on the box out, it was Jordan Henry, the Okemos High School, Michigan product.
And because he was going for a tip-in, he's going to get 2 shots out of that one. Staying active on the glass.
With 4:06 to go here in the first half of play, Grant Galen to the line. And Grant Galen missed a free throw. That stopped the presses, ladies and gentlemen. Galen, an 88% free throw shooter.
Sports related, Paul.
1-2.
plane crash on the way to the LSU football game today, and the offense coordinator's daughter was involved and passed away. Puts all this sports stuff into perspective. Going to what's going to be the biggest day in your dad's life, probably, or one of them, and then that happens.
That's a tragedy, Coach.
Man.
I saw the release that it was from that area before I was. There's a ball over on the far side. Cumberland, pass inside. I'm screened out of the way, but it looks like there's a.
I got a call. Moving screen again. Henry. It's going to be his second. He's been real active. Good job by Coach Pickens asking for an explanation.
Officials continue to. Josh Pickens talking things over with the official. And 39-28 Pilot lead with 3:48 to go here in the first half of play. Ball out here now. Ertz gives it away now to Galen. Goes to Dehart. Dehart now here to Ertz at the top. Swings the left side now here to Cruz. Back out to Galen. Comes around a screen, launches the triple, and it's nothing but the bottom of the net. 42-28 Pilots. Double G again.
He missed his last two, so he was due for one. He is now 4 of 6 from three-point range.
Beavers now. Gets inside now here to Cumberland. Cumberland back to Beavers at the top.
Travel.
Back out here to the top now, Allen. Swings it back to the point now, Beavers. Beavers launches one over at Cruz. That's an air ball, and that'll be Bethel basketball. Pilots a 42-28 leader. This Lawrence Tech team, Mark, beat Goshen the last time out. In a close ball game, our studio engineer for tonight's Penn Elkhart Memorial game will be Tanner Camp, who's a starter on there, or a player for the Maple Leafs. Here's Ertz with the ball reversal back to Dehart for three. Dehart came down really awkwardly on the jump shot, missed it. With a basketball now, Cumberland comes back out here. Oh, Cumberland fakes, comes back out here now to Beavers. Beavers stops, ball reversal, back to Cumberland. Cumberland triple, no good. Rebound, Galen. Grant Galen on the push out. Grant's going to drive, and he's going to be fouled by Brandon Beavers.
That'll be either a 1-on-1 or 2-shot foul. They're in a bonus, but before the shot, so 1-on-1 for Grant. Beavers picks up his second foul.
The last time the visitors scored, Mark, was at the 5:23 mark.
Yeah, they made a good run when it was 26-10, and then I think they cut it to 28-20.
It's been a 6-0 run, a modest 6-0 run. As Double G will shoot one in bonus. The first free throw is no good, and he grabs the rebound. Live Granville back into the game.
How do you do that?
And then you get it to Galen, and he buries the 30-footer.
How do you miss the free one?
40. I'm at a loss for words. 45-28.
He's got 20 in the first half. He missed a free throw and knocked down the fadeaway from 30 feet.
Grant Galen, who came into today's game, folks, number 3 in the country in field goals from three-point range at 4.25. Here's a 2-on-1 break now. Cruz fakes, drives, shoots. The ball deflected into the hands of Galen, tips it out to Dehart. Jared Dehart goes now here to the top now to Cruz. Cruz looking for some help, directs traffic with the left hand. 1:40 on the game clock, 14 on the shot clock. Ertz with a drive,
crossover.
And the left-handed shot is good. And Nathan Ertz first field goal of the half.
Attacked right, went between the legs for the crossover at the foul line, and finished for the and one opportunity.
And Deontay Jenkins checks back in the game now for Jared Dehart.
Quality coaching there by Coach Draven. He yelled, "Nate, make the free throw." If it was only that easy, Coach.
He's a 63% free throw shooter, and that's bad on bad.
He didn't listen, Coach. Did we not get the and one? Was there a lane violation? Was there a lane violation? Because it was an and one.
Free throw on the way, good. One of the two.
I don't think it was, no. I think the official here in front of us was asking the other two guys, what do we have? I don't think that should have been a 2-shot foul.
I thought it was a 1-shot foul. 48-28, Pilots by 20. Here with 90 seconds to go. Far left corner triple rattles in and out by Ivanovic. And now here come the Pilots, Keontae Jenkins. Jenkins drives down the left side of the lane, throws up the prayer, tipped up and around. Jenkins is right there to come away with the pumpkin. Back to Cruz on the far wing, and now back to KJ at the point. Inside to Granville. Life with the drive and score. Life Granville with a deuce.
Life got away with the hook down low. The little man was able to get away with a call that a big man wouldn't get away with. There's a good crossover there.
Here's a running one-hander from the right side. Good for Henry. And Mark finally mark it down. 49 seconds to go. They went almost 5 minutes without a field goal. Here's Cruz with a 16-foot baseline shot, no good. Rebound into the hands of Henry. Henry will push it out now. Henry at the top, comes around a screen. Guarded by Granville, goes to the far side now. Ivanovic rattles home a triple. 50-33, a 5-0 run here in the last 20 seconds.
Yeah, Ivanovic with his second triple today. He's got 8 points.
Now Cruz will finish out the half with the run in the offense in the half-court set. Now Cruz will walk in between the circles. Here with 9 seconds. They go to Ertz. Ertz with the drive inside, scores, making it 52-33. As that will be a three-quarter court shot on the way. It'll be good if it hits. It is off the rim, no good. 52-33, our score here. And that is what it's going to be at the intermission. We'll get some thoughts from Mark Paulsgrove here. As the Pilots, once again, they go with the ebb and flow of the game, which has certainly been the case. All right, first of all, it makes everything really, really good, Mark, when Grant Galen and Travion Cruz get off to a good shooting start. That puts everybody at ease, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think we got up, 26-10 or something like that, and that's because those two guys knocked down some threes. And the reason, we got the lead here late in the half was not only did we knock down threes, but we got to the rim and finished in the lane some.
Yeah, I would think that the thing that you were probably concerned about, probably more than anything, is the team just didn't shoot the ball very well from the charity stripe. And those are things, and when you get into marquee games where games are decided by possession here, free throw made here, those are things that you're going to have to really, really kind of clean up.
Yeah, free throws are really, really important, especially in those tight games and in every game, honestly. But we've had some uncharacteristic misses. Grant missing, what has he missed, 2 or 3 this game? So, it's just uncharacteristic of us.
But you got the offensive rebound and knocked down the 30-footer. I mean, why hit the free one when you get the fadeaway, right?
Yeah, it's kind of an unconscious thing sometimes the way he shoots the basketball, Grant Galen, really.
Yeah, it is. It's it's one of those things I think we could see kind of later in this first half, that the guys noticed that he was knocking down shots and they were really trying to get him good looks, screening for him, toss actions for him, and that kind of stuff.
It opens up lanes for everybody else to do amazing things.
No doubt.
All right, so what are you going to work on here at the intermission?
Rebounding and make free throws.
All right, get it done.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks, Mark. Once again, Mark Paulsgrove spending time with us here prior to our halftime entertainment here. They're going to have a nice entertainment at halftime. You'll be able to watch that as we go along. We'll be back with more Bethel University men's basketball live from Mike Lightfoot Court. 52-33 our score. Coach Gardner and I will return right after this short timeout. Hi, this is Paul Condry of the Regional Radio Sports Network. That may be my professional title, but did you know that I'm also the son of a U.S. Navy World War II veteran and the proud father of a United States Marine? Let me share with you something very close to my heart. It's called the Semper Fi Fund and its program America's Fund, which provides immediate lifetime support for post-9/11 wounded, critically ill, and injured members of the U.S. Armed Forces, veterans, and their families to ease recovery and transition back home to their communities. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. The basic idea that drives these efforts is simple. For as much as our heroes have sacrificed, they deserve the best care and support available in their hour of need, whenever it may occur. The Semper Fi Fund, a 4-star charity and an A+ rating, has served over 16,000 members since 2004. The Semper Fi Fund, serving those who preserve our freedom. For more information, visit them online at www.semperfifund.org.
It took me a long time to be able to say Chandler has cancer, because that is such a scary word. When St. Jude finds something that works well with a certain cancer, they share that with everybody. And knowing that we don't have to pay for all of the medical expenses, that's huge. We just have to worry about helping Chandler, and he's just my heart.
St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Finding cures, saving children. Learn more at stjude.org.
When I got here, I was amazed at all of the activity, people, and facilities at IU South Bend. I had no idea how much the campus had to offer.
I don't know what to do first. Should I join the student newspaper, play intramural dodgeball, or audition for a theater production?
I'm living on my own for the first time. I'm in student housing at IU South Bend. It has everything I need, and I'm making friends fast.
My professor's doing research, and I'm helping. I learn in the classroom, and then I put it to use in the lab.
I'm working on my master's degree at IU South Bend. I want to move up in my job and get my career on track.
I'm on a tight budget. I looked around, and IU South Bend is the best value for the best degree. No question.
My professors know my name. I can't get away with anything. It's just what I need.
Be a part of IU South Bend. Call 574-520-IUSB or visit iusb.edu to get started. Indiana University South Bend. Personal attention, the power of an IU degree.
Paul Condry along with Mark Gardner. Glad you can join us here at the intermission. Today's game on Regional Radio Sports also being presented in part by First Source Bank. First Source Bank proudly supports Bethel University students, faculty, staff, and alumni with personal banking services. First Source Bank is a proud sponsor of Bethel University Athletics. Just some numbers here from the first half. Score was tied 1. We had 4 lead changes. Bethel's largest lead was 22, and Lawrence Tech's largest lead was at 1. That at the 18-16 mark. Let's go over to Coach, who's got our first half numbers. Coach, take it away.
For Lawrence Tech, they shot 13 of 32, 41%. They were 3 of 14 from downtown. Remember, they hit 2 in a row after starting 0 for 3, so finished 1 of 9, 22% from three-point range. They did knock down 4 or 5 free throws. They had 13 rebounds, 4 on the offensive end. 4 assists, 9 turnovers. Individually, Beavers has 2 points and 2 rebounds. Cumberland, 2 points, 2 rebounds. Gustafson, 11 points, 3 rebounds. Ivanovic, 8 points, 4 rebounds. Allen has a rebound. And Jordan Henry has 10 points off the bench. As far as fouls go, you have Beavers, France, Gustafson, and Henry all playing with 2 fouls each. For the home team, 19 of 35 from the field, 54%. A blistering 10 of 17, 59% from three-point range. 4 of 10, 40% from the free throw line. They had 24 rebounds, so out-rebounding the opponents by 11. 10 offensive rebounds. 10 assists, 8 turnovers. Individually, Rassler has 1 rebound in 10 minutes of play. Maxwell Newman, 4 points, 2 rebounds in 8.5 minutes. Cruz, 9 points, 4 assists. But strange, no rebounds for Travion in 17.5 minutes. Jared DeHart has 6 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists in 15.5 minutes. Grant Galen, 6 of 9 from the floor, 5 of 7 from downtown. 20 points, 6 rebounds, including 4 offensive rebounds in 16.5 minutes. Keontae Jenkins, 2 of 4 from the floor, 4 points, 3 rebounds in 7 minutes. Life Granville, 1 of 2 from the field, 2 points in 7 minutes. Nathan Ertz, 2 of 3 from the field, 5 points, 1 rebound in 10 minutes. And Philippe Segota, 1 of 2 from the floor, 2 points, 4 rebounds in 7 minutes of play.
I would think that would probably be the biggest shocker from a statistical standpoint, the fact that Travion Cruz did not have a rebound in the first half. And I really thought that there were some key moments that I thought Lawrence Tech did a much better job inside the paint in the rebound department. I thought there were several times where the Pilots got outworked, but I just think it's a situation where first of all, I think a lot of those rebounds that Travion gets throughout the course of a ball game are rebounds that come long.
Right.
And there weren't just not a lot of shots coming long, right?
Yeah, a lot of their misses were going to the rim, and their misses were in the lane. And so that's where you had, your bigs getting the rebounds in the outlet. But, Galen with the 5 offensive rebounds, huge. But, man, when you shoot like that, you're going to be up by 20 often.
All right, we're going to take a timeout, come back with more. 52-33 at the intermission. More of Pilots basketball coming your way after this short timeout on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Manage your money like a pro with TCU. You can score big with the TCU Debit MasterCard that gives you cash back on everyday purchases. Plus, you'll win with access to hundreds of free ATMs across Indiana. Check out TCU's starting lineup of services to help you manage your cash and build your savings. Visit TCUnet.com to kick off your better banking experience. See TCU Debit MasterCard terms and conditions for details. Alliance One and Co-op ATMs within Indiana are free. New members are subject to a $7 membership fee and $5 initial share deposit.
When your child's in the hospital, the last thing you want to do is to leave their bedside.
If we had to leave the hospital at any time, it would have drove us nuts.
The family room was definitely a blessing for us. We needed to be close to our daughter, and it gave us exactly what we needed at that time.
Make a difference in the life of a family when they need it most. Give to the Ronald McDonald House at Memorial Children's Hospital in South Bend. Donate to our new house at loveshinethrough.org.
Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports.
They came from every corner of the country, from small towns and big cities. But they all shared one thing in common. They belonged to a family called Marines. A tough and determined few dedicated to protecting everything we hold sacred. And still, they come. Celebrate the history of those proud few who have earned the title Marine.
Once again, taking a look at what's going on in the Crossroads League today. 21st ranked, and we have another great Crossroads League WAC game going on. 21st ranked University of Michigan Dearborn is on the road up at Spring Arbor to take on the 15th ranked Cougars. That is the only other game. Taking a look at the Crossroads League right now, just where you're at. Bethel, of course, sitting at 12-0. Grace is unbeaten in league play, 9-4. Mount Vernon ranked 4th at 13-1. Indiana Wesleyan ranked 2nd at 11-3. Marion ranked 8th at 10-3. St. Francis ranked 17th at 12-3. Spring Arbor 1-2 in conference play at 9-4. Then you have Huntington at 8-6. Taylor 8-7. Goshen is the only team that is not does not have a winning record in the Crossroads League right now. Looking ahead to Monday games in the Crossroads League, 15th ranked Spring Arbor will be at Siena Heights. Ohio Christian will be at Grace. The Pilots will be up at Roosevelt. You can join yours truly along with Mike Fleshman and Charlie Shepard will be up there in Chicago for that one. That is a 6 o'clock Eastern time. That'll be a 5 o'clock local time in Chicago. We'll be there. We'll be on about 4:30 local time for the pregame show. Also receiving votes, IU Southeast is at 8th ranked Marion. 2nd ranked Indiana Wesleyan is at Indiana Tech. And then finally, to close out this calendar year, Oberlin College will be at 4th ranked Mount Vernon Nazarene. And then the Pilots will be taking on the University of St. Francis in a 4 o'clock Eastern game. Now you look at what's going on in the Wolverine Hoosier Athletic Conference right now. Lourdes University is ranked 14th in the country, off to an 11-3 start and 7-1 in WAC play. Michigan Dearborn 11-4 and 5-1 in league play. Indiana Tech is at 8-7. Pilots beat them earlier in the year. They are 4-2. Madonna, a team the Pilots beat earlier in the year, they are 10-5, 4-3 in the league. Cornerstone ranked 24th is 9-6, ranked 4-3 overall. Then you get into the middle of the pack, which features Rochester at 9-5, Siena Heights at 6-8, Lawrence Tech at 7-5, Aquinas 5-2, Concordia 5-10, and University of Northern Ohio at 2-12. In games involving the WAC today, features Cornerstone at Grace Christian, Calumet College at Aquinas, and Lourdes at Kent State University at Tuscarawas. So there you have it. That's your look at the WAC as well as the Crossroads. We'll be back with more Bethel basketball right after this on Regional Radio Sports.
There are those who dedicate themselves to a sense of honor, to a life of courage, and a commitment to something greater than themselves. They have always defended this nation and each other. They still do. The few, the proud, the Marines.
Serving Indiana residents since 1985, Centier Bank remains committed to supporting students, schools, and families. Centier Bank is a proud sponsor of the Regional Radio Sports Network Performer of the Week in recognition of outstanding athletes. Visit Centier.com today to view this week's featured athlete. Centier Bank, member FDIC. Welcome back here on Regional Radio Sports.
Ernie Irwin wanted to make sure you knew that he was saying, "Go Bucks."
OH. Tony Condry just says, I-O. I know. You know, and I'm a big fan of what's going on over there, but I'm really a big Dabo Swinney fan. I love the culture he's created at Clemson. And long as, something great happens for our football fans out there in America. I mean, once this, again, a real tragedy, as you alluded to earlier about the plane crash of the offensive coordinator's daughter passing away. That is just a tragedy beyond words, Coach. All right, let's bring it back here to Mishawaka, Indiana. I think it's really going to be a test of this young Lawrence Tech team to see where they're at right now. They're a 52-33 trailer. How will they play in this next 20 minutes of play? Really will question where they're at emotionally. What do you think?
Yeah, they got off to a bad start. They made a good run to bring it back to a close game, and then the Pilots just ran away with it here at the end of the first half. So we'll see if they regrouped. They obviously showed they could put together a good stretch of 5 to 8 minutes and compete with and outscore the Pilots. So we'll see what happens here when they come out for a start. But it's key for them to get a good start. Score, stop, score. If you're Bethel, you want to come out and knock down a triple right away.
Spring Arbor on top, 45-30 against a very good Michigan Dearborn team at the intermission there. Once again, for Lawrence Tech, it's Brandon Beavers, Isaiah Cumberland, Carter France, Gunnar Gustafson, and Alec Ivanovic on the floor, and wearing the dark blue and gray trim black jerseys. And the Pilots once again decked out in the gray shorts, gray jerseys, blue numbers. And Lawrence Tech will move from right to left on your screen. The Pilots will come back with their starters of Travion Cruz, Gavin Rassler, Jared Diart, Maxwell Newman, and Grant Galen. As now the Tech Blue Devils with a basketball in the half-court set on the left side of your screen. With a basketball now, Gustafson hands it off now here to Ivanovic, back to the far wing. As the shot well off the mark by France, and here comes the Pilots with a basketball in the half-court set for the first time in the second 20. Travion Cruz looking for some help, now finds Galen over here on the near side, goes inside to Max Newman. Newman, guys drive down the lane for Cruz. Well played there by the big fella.
Yeah, Cruz went to screen away and then just dove to the basket. Nice little bounce pass for two.
19, this is now the largest lead of the game now for the Pilots.
And Tech had a good possession at first, just missed the shot, and that's how they started the game. They ran the clock, they got good looks, they just couldn't knock them down.
Ball in the corner now here, Ivanovic. Cut off, comes back out to the top now to Beavers. Back to the far side now to Cumberland. Back out to the point now, Beavers travels, no call. Shot from 16, no good. DeHart the rebound, and lost the handle on it.
Almost dribbled it over to the concession stand there.
And with a basketball now, DeHart stops, pops, triple, no good. Ricochets out to Newman. Bounce pass now here. Now they go to Max Newman for a three, and that's an absolute brick.
Yeah, that's just not a good shot.
Alec Ivanovic with the rebound.
He's your fifth option from three-point range on the floor right now.
With the basketball far wing now, Beavers. Comes out high now here to Gustafson. He turns and squares at the basket. Now waits for a cutter, goes left side now to Cumberland. Cumberland free throw line, drives down the right side. Blocked by Max Newman. And that ricochets into the hands of Grant Galen. Over the timeline now. Cruz comes around a screen, fakes. Now goes inside to Newman. Newman backing in with the left-handed shot, no good. And the rebound once again by Gustafson.
Coach Draven doesn't realize we're trying to broadcast a game as he stands in front of us.
Three-point shot here from the near corner. Good off the release from Alec Ivanovic. And a 30-second timeout. 54-36. That's 17:56.
So Coach saw something he wanted to address there in the first 2 minutes of the second half.
And he takes away one of the, I think he
eliminate the media timeout
Yep,
now?
I believe that's what that will do. Once again, glad you can join us. Pilots in search of their 1,291st win, including the 249th, here at home. It'll be Newman, Galen, Rassler, Cruz, and Dehart on the floor. As we are ready to get back at it, as it's Cruz now into the forecourt, gives it off to Rassler, back to Dehart, lobs it inside to Newman. Newman waiting for a cutter, comes back high to Galen.
Cumberland not letting Galen get anything.
Here's Jared Dehart with a shot, rejected by Gunnar Gustafson. Nice play by the big fella from Milford High School up in Michigan.
Interesting matchup off the ball, watching Cumberland chase Grant around, and basically can tell you what type of gum, what flavor gum Grant's chewing right now.
And now to inbound will be Cruz to the right of the lane. Comes inside now here to Rassler, back to Cruz, and back to Rassler. Gavin with the fadeaway 6-footer. No good. I don't know why he just didn't do a drop step, but that's just me. Here's France with the ball. Wing right side pass to Cumberland. Cumberland back out to the top now to Beavers. Back here on the left side, Ivanovic. Now to Gustafson. Far side wing now Beavers on the drive. Pull-up shot in the lane, no good, but a foul whistled on Travion Cruz. The look on Cruz's face was like, oh my.
Ooh, me? It's Travion's first. Yeah, this team, I said it early in the game.
The look on Cruz's face is priceless.
Yeah. This Lawrence Tech, I like a lot of the things they're doing. They're missing shooters. They're 4 of 16 from three-point range. And in today's game, you can't win if you can't knock down the triple, stretch the defense.
17-20, 4 in a row by the visitors from Michigan. The Blue Devils program, which began in 2012, 2013. There's second free throw high off the rim. And finally into the hands of Max Newman. So one of the two opportunity was good. And now Cruz at the top. Shake and bake, drives through traffic, steps back, still on the dribble. Comes up high now to Newman. Waits for a cutter now to Galen. Galen, triple, bucket. 57-37, double G.
Coach Pickens turned to the bench and he said, Henry, get in. Your turn to try and chase him. Don't lose him.
And here's a turnover. Brandon Beavers with the unforced error. That gets you substitution in there, as Isaiah Cumberland will come to the bench.
So Cruz just came over and said to Coach Draven, let me be the one to set the screen. So obviously he saw something whether it's going to be a screen and slip, but he came right over and wanted to reset where people are at.
Jared Dehart comes over here to Cruz. Cruz waits for help. Now back out to Galen. Back over to Gavin Rassler on the far wing. Deep left corner, Dehart. Jared on the drive. Jump pass to Cruz. Cruz right wing. Jab steps. 8 on the shot clock. Back to Galen. Fadeaway triple. And then he was knocked to the floor by Alex Ivanovic, the Henry Ford High School, Macomb, Michigan product.
Yeah, I don't like that call. There was a little contact, but I thought Grant sold it and came up short.
16:30 to go in regulation, and that will be, well, don't you just love the fact that Travion Cruz and Steve Draven, their basketball IQ's off the chart.
Oh, yeah.
And how many times, Mark, have you seen that happen?
Yeah, you love that as a coach, that you can trust your player to come over and say, I remember playing a game once. We had an offense where our shooter's supposed to run baseline, get screens, going baseline to baseline. Well, I knocked down 2 or 3 triples from the top of the key, and then coach puts me in the shooter role, and I missed them. And I tried to tell him I was more comfortable at the top of the key. I realized you wanted your shooter running baseline, but trust me, I hit 3 from the top. Keep our other guy, who was a great shooter, let him run baseline when things are going well. And there's got to be that trust there that I know why coach wanted to make the change, but he knows that I feel good where I'm at.
Rassler checks out, and Nathan Ertz checks back in. Alec Ivanovic with the basketball now. Comes up high now here to Gustafson. He turns and squares. Now cross-court pass here, nearly intercepted, but into the hands of France, and they throw it away again.
Yeah, back-to-back possession, so they're just not on the same page. Yeah, so you got Travion now passing off the point to Jared.
And Jared will walk in now into the forecourt now. Hands it off now to Cruz. Cruz goes cross-court now to Galen. Reverses it to the far wing now to Dehart. Dehart slips it over here to Newman. Max to the goal with the field goal. 63-37.
Yeah, Grant was making a basket cut, and he about got run over by Maxwell. He had to get out of Max's way.
Pilots in the midst of a.
Oh, it's a big screen.
There's a shot way off the mark on the look by Henry.
Find your shooter, Max.
Newman over to Galen. He lays it up and in. 65-37. 15:30 to go.
28 for Grant. Great job by Max giving it up early.
Pilots in the midst of an 8-0 run. Pass inside of the low post. Gustafson back out here to the top. Henry with a travel with a basketball.
Turnover number 12.
Timeout on the floor for yours truly. 15-16 media timeout. We're going to take it right here once again. And once again, thanks some of our fine sponsors.
The internet grows exponentially every day. With that growth comes undeniable benefits that help people around the world. And with those benefits come people who use the internet for all the wrong reasons. Theft, fraud, and harassment are only a few ways individuals and companies are targeted every day by people with poor intentions. Cyber threats and cyber fraud have the main problems facing companies and organizations today. In one of the fastest growing industries, cybersecurity professionals are in high demand. Take a step toward success and learn what it takes to help others by getting an online degree in cybersecurity at Bethel University.
15-16, our score I've got 64 on my sheet. I think that's, what did you have, Mark?
64-37.
All right, that's a mistake by the sportscaster, evidently. I don't know where it was at, but by the looks of what I had here, there was 3 free throws at 59, 60, 61, then a field goal at 63, and it should be 65. I got it at 65-37, but evidently they're going to make a correction here, and it's 64-37. Thank you, Tanya. So that's what we'll go with, 64-37. God forbid me to be wrong with the running score. That's never happened before. Here's Ertz with the drive down the lane. He powers it in to give the Pilots a 66-37 advantage.
Yeah, some contact on that. I like that the officials are letting them play through it.
Now here at the near side, Jordan Henry with the drive down the lane. Beats Galen off the dribble. 66-39. 14:45 to go.
Good hands there by Beavers.
Here's Dehart, wide open triple, no good. Dehart hustling after the rebound. Actually ricochets the ball into the hands of Beavers. He hits the trailer. Carter France goes inside to Gustafson. Gustafson is going to go lean in, and there's Newman with a block shot. And then Newman stepped on the end line.
Great job by Max keeping his feet on the pump fake. Getting the block.
Dehart out, Keontae Jenkins in. Life Granville in. Phillips Segota in as Newman and Galen go to the bench. Only one starter on the floor now, and that is the great Travion Cruz.
It's Mr. Segota being asked to tuck his shirt in.
And now to inbound the ball will be Carter France, the 5'10 sophomore from Danville High School in Michigan. Averages 12.5 and 3 a game. Backing in is Cumberland. On Ertz, looks, comes back out high now here to Ivanovic. Now into the hands of Beavers, back to Ivanovic. Lost the handle on the jab step. Goes out high, triple, no good. Keontae Jenkins with the pumpkin. Pushes it up to Granville. Life on the drive. Jump pass now to Ertz. Ertz inside to Philippe, and he missed the field goal. He got it back, and then he's hammered. Philippe has just got to power up.
Well, I think he got undercut on the first one by Beavers. In his defense, I thought Beavers took out his legs, and so then there comes that fear of, am I going to land on my feet or land on my back? So Beavers was fortunate there because I thought he just used his hip and undercut.
Philippe's got to just get to the point where he's just strong enough where he can just dunk it.
Go up and go through him.
And there's a free throw by Philippe. Good. It makes his first free throw of the afternoon. 67-39. Correct me if I'm wrong on that, Mark. Or did he have one? I know he missed his first two.
I believe he was 0 for 2 in the first half. Yep, 0 for 2.
And one more for the big fella. Free throw good. Now makes it 68-39. And now to push it up now is Brandon Beavers, who did his work at Columbus Harvest Prep High School. Dylan Sheehy's going to check into the contest here in a moment. Here's a drive down the right side of the lane. No good on the look by Beavers. Here comes Cruz on the push out. Finds Keontae in the far corner. Loads up the 19-footer ball. Ricochets into the hands of of new person on the floor, Logan Danaher. Here's a drive down the right side and a foul whistled on the team wearing the gray jerseys. Live Granville.
Yeah, I didn't like that step back by KJ. Just catch and shoot. He stepped back to get 3. It's only worth 1 more point.
And at the charity stripe will be Brandon Beavers, averaging 10.5, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 1.5 steals, and he's a 77% free throw shooter.
Pilots now doubling up their opponent on rebounds, 35-17.
Right-handed free throw, good, making it 68-40. That last mark was the largest lead for the Pilots. As Cruz will get a chance to grab some pine, and he'll be a happy camper.
No, he won't. He was complaining when we had the team dinner. Said to me, I got 10 extra minutes a night now that I don't know what to do with because this coach sits me.
Here's a free throw, no good.
He wants to play 38 minutes a game.
And
that's a second lane violation. I did confirm at halftime with the official. Even though they didn't come over to us, they did have
Live
one.
Granville was the guy guilty of the infraction.
That's not good. You pick up the foul, send him to the line, and then you do a lane violation to give him an extra shot. It's not a good possession for Life.
So he makes
68-41. They're up by 27, but it's a play like that that'll cost you. You know, you go to IWU and do that in a 4 or 5 point game. That's a huge mistake.
Dylan Shee, this is his first minutes of the game. Surprise, Coach?
Yeah, notice that he's been more of a cheerleader today.
Here's Segota with the baseline shot. Off the rim, no good. Rebound. Inside is Ivanovic for Lawrence Tech.
I wasn't sure if Dylan was injured, sick.
Here's a drive cut off and back out to the top now. Danaher gives way here to France. France around a Danaher screen.
There's that
Spick and roll, and they traveled, no call. Shot way off the mark. Segota with the rebound. Now here's Jenkins with the ball on the right side. Crosses over, jump pass to
Caitlin Trenshaw.
Trenshaw wide open in the third row over there.
IUSB point guard Caitlin Trenshaw hanging out.
She handled it well.
Yeah.
But that's what you expect. She's a scrappy one. Now with the ball here at the top now. Danaher gives off now to France, and he buries the triple. 68-44 in favor of the Pilots at the 12:37 mark.
That's his first triple today. He came in with 27 on the season, shooting 40% from behind the line.
There's a pass inside now to Segota. Back out to Jenkins. Jenkins wrap around to Philippe. Philippe's going to back in. Shot is in. He just powered that one in.
Yeah, that was a big boy, strong like bull move. He just went through the defender.
Nice job off the bench for the big fella. Back here to the top again now. Danaher gives way now to Henry. Henry with a drive down the lane. Changes hands, and here's Philippe with another rebound. This time he took it away from Logan Danaher, the 6'7" sophomore. Here's a drive by Keontae Jenkins for a field goal. Make it a 72-44. 11:51 to go.
Yeah, KJ's got 6 now. Just a good head and shoulder fake and attack the glass. I like that they're up 28 and the staff's all over them about getting a stop.
There's a ball here at the top now. Cumberland. Jump pass in the corner now to France. Shot blocked by Jenkins. Here's a drive by France on the second opportunity. Scores, making it 72-46, 11:28 to go.
KJ with the second block shot of the day.
Now out here, the far side wing, now Granville on the quick drive. Life shoots from the left block, missed it. A rebound, tracked down by Ivanovic. Quickly up court is Henry with a drive, the shot, and the score.
Oh, Euro step, split the defense, finish off the glass, and get the late foul call on Segota.
72-48, 11:10 to go in regulation. Jared Diart will check back into the game. Multiple substitutions. Max Newman's back in for Philippe Segota. Keontae Jenkins over here. Was not happy.
Yeah, he's bleeding somewhere.
As now Gavin Rassler will check off the bench and come into the game as the old-fashioned three-point play is good for Jordan Henry, making it 72-49. As Nathan Ertz checks out. So on the floor, it's Dylan Sheehy, also Gavin Rassler, Maxwell Newman, and Live Granville. Here's the ball in the hands of Sheehy. Goes far side now to Granville. Life goes left side wing now to Dehart. Jared with a wide open 19-footer. Book it. 74-49. Jared Dehart.
His shot is so smooth when he goes straight up and straight down. But every once in a while, he elevates really high on all his shots, but every once in a while, he gets himself leaning forward, and that's when he comes up long on that jumper.
Out high now, here's Gustafson. Handing it off now here to Henry. Drives down the lane. Rebound, Max Newman. Dehart up court quickly to Dylan Sheehy. Dylan Sheehy, Giuseppe. Pass over here to Dehart. Back out to the top, the Rassler with a jab step. Gablin on the leaner. Score it. Making it 76-49.
Pilots getting whatever they want at the glass here in the second half.
Here's a drive down the lane by Beavers. A shot, scores it. Making it 76-51. 10-11 to go. Back out here to the far wing now. Rassler with a quick three. Terrible shot. Rebound, Max Newman. Powers it, tipped around, and finally, Live Granville working hard inside, and I believe he was fouled.
I think Henry's going to get called for another foul down low. Yep, it's going to be his third.
And that will only be the third foul on the team from the Spartan State.
Officials have let them play on both ends today, and I like that. They've been consistent. There's been guys getting hit and banged on both ends of the floor, and they've just said, hey, settle it on the floor.
And now to inbound the ball will be Gavin Rassler to the left of the lane. Goes now to Dehart at the free throw line. Wrap around to the low post, and a foul whistled on Gustafson on the wraparound defensively. He was with the hold.
Pilots are fortunate. That's a bad pass. Jared's going right. The defense is on the left side. He's got to force that pass to lead him to the lane, not to the double team.
With the basketball here. Out high now is Cruz. Finds Dehart. Dehart back out here to Galen. Galen three, good. 79-51. And a
Tech player rolled his ankle there.
I believe it was Ivanovic.
Yeah.
79-51. 9:53. Who's the timeout going to be?
Coach Draven called the timeout. Full timeout, Bethel.
So 9:53 to go. Our coverage of college buckets today being presented.
Someone once said, the difference between who you are and who you want to be is what you do. What are you going to do with your opportunities and gifts that God has given you? The choice is yours. So choose your path. Do what you know needs to be done in order to become what you have always wanted to be. Whether that means the head of a marketing campaign, head of a financial account, or even the CEO of your own company. Take action and prepare yourself to meet the ever-changing business landscape head-on. The knowledge and resources to do so are at your fingertips. All you have to do is reach out. Learn what it means to be a leader in your business or nonprofit ventures at Bethel University. Where helping you on your own path to success is business as usual.
www.qubitnet.com. And for Coach Draven, that is his first time out. I did not see Mark.
Ivanovic down at the end of the bench down there. I was going to catch Orton, get her attention. But
he's jumping up and down now. He looks like he's going to be okay.
Well, they did the real. Yeah, here's Cruz with the steal. They did what all 12-year-olds do.
Cruz goes to Galen with the one-hand thunder dunk.
My goodness.
Greg Galen with the one-hand tomahawk flush. An absolute poster.
Look at Jared Dehart. Oh, look at Dehart and Travion.
Whoa, my. That was the return of the Superman. The one-hand dunk.
Grant can't get the smile off his face.
Cruz is ear to ear.
Look at Rassler's red-faced.
And the free throw, he finishes it. Oh, my. An absolute poster. 82-51.
Oh.
Almost undescribable. Out here, ball deflected and out of bounds.
That's Sports Center top 10.
Galen.
Before we were interrupted by that super poster dunk, all they did for Ivanovic, they just tied his shoe really tight, so he hopped up and down. So when he takes that shoe off later today, it'll blow up like a balloon.
Beavers comes out high now here to Henry. Henry on the way now to Beavers. Beavers back out to the top now to Henry. Henry, the triple, no good. Rebound into the hands of Maxwell Newman. Now here's Jared Dehart. Kicks it out to Galen for three. Nothing but the bottom of the net. He can do it all. 85-51 Bethel.
That's 37 for Grant.
Over here on the near side wing, Henry lobs it inside to the low post now to Gustafson. Gustafson had it stripped away and stolen. Nice little hand check. Here is Cruz pushing it out. Hands it off now here to Galen. Back to Dehart. Dehart back to Cruz. Chip pass here to Galen.
Why not?
Triple. Nothing but the bottom of the net. 88-51. Grant Galen with 40.
Dehart passed an open three-pointer because he wanted to get the ball to Grant.
And a timeout on the floor. 8:30 to go. Galen now with 8 triples.
9 for 11 from three-point range.
9 for 11.
I completed my undergraduate liberal arts degree and immediately jumped into the working world, eager to put what I had learned in school to use. I liked what I was doing, and I was good at it. Although I was doing well, I couldn't help but feel as if I wasn't truly succeeding. I knew I wasn't achieving my full potential. That's why I elected to do something about it. After researching programs at a few different schools, I decided to enroll in Bethel University's MBA program. Taught by leaders of their community, the program was intensive, and it pushed my understanding of business practices further. I gained practical skills in how to solve complex problems creatively. I learned how to generate new ideas and the positive impacts they can have.
Team flexing its muscles. You heard Josh Pickens on the pregame show talked about this team deserves to be in the top 5 in the country, if not the top 3. And they certainly have made a statement echoing his sentiments. Cumberland comes back out here to the right side now to Beavers. Back out here now is Beavers on the drive and a jump ball inside. Greg Galen and Travion Cruz create the turnover. And now it'll be Rassler to inbound the ball. Comes now here to Dehart, and Jared will walk it up now. This is going to be the final moments, I am sure, for the starters.
Ryan Bales holds the all-time record with 10 three-pointers made. Zach Miller with 9.
So this matches the Zach Miller 9. We were talking about it during the pregame show. Tanya and I were going over it. It's like, gosh, he reminds me so much of Zach Miller. His ability to shoot from 45 is the same as it is from 15. The motion is absolutely magical. And now it'll be Lawrence Tech basketball. As Dehart comes out and Keontae Jenkins checks back in. And now Brandon Beavers will walk it up now into the forecourt. Goes deep right corner into the hands of Cumberland. Back out to the top. Beavers the 3, no good. Rebound. Max Newman on the quick push out. Here's Cruz hanging off to Galen for the layup. Off the assist from Cruz, 90-51.
Almost got an and one there.
Now with the ball out here now, Isaiah Cumberland. Cumberland looks, goes left side now here to France. Back out here to the left elbow now here to Danaher. Shot on the way, good from France. That makes it 90-54 as he knocks down the 3 ball.
That's his second triple. There's an offensive foul by Grant. He just shoved Cumberland, but then he helped him up.
And now coming into the game will be Nathan Ertz. And Dylan Sheehy will check in. I think that's going to be it for Cruz and probably going to be it for Galen.
Not until he gets one more triple.
As he comes over here to talk to Paulsgrove. Grant Galen one triple away from tying the school's record at 10 triples. Now over here on the near side now, Cumberland hands it off now here to France. Now goes to the far side wing, into the low post, they punk it. Shot on the way from the right block, a score for Logan Danaher. That makes it 90-56, 6:47 to go.
And we'll point out that Bales was 10 of 18 from three-point range in that game. Grant's only had 11 shots off today from three-point range.
And now to try to finish the old-fashioned three-point play will be Perry High School, Michigan product. Logan Danaher, he's 2 for 2 on the season.
Cruz just yelled, Grant held up 3, and he said, no, for real.
Here's a three-point shot on the redirect. Comes out long, and knock it down is Jordan Henry. 90-59.
And that's what Coach isn't happy with that. Yeah, they're up again. You're up 31, but Coach, you want to get a stop.
There's the ball out here. Stolen away nicely, and then Galen tips it into the forecourt. Who's got it? Finally, they throw it into the corner. Here's a shot and a foul whistled inside on Dylan Sheehy. He raises his hand. He realizes it's on him.
It's good hustle by about 7 players there in a 31-point game, diving on the floor. And that's where Coach Draven says, well, the record's nice, but I don't want my guy getting hurt out there waiting to get a record.
Sana Sisawa is going to be checking into the ball game now. Sisawa from Oak Park High School in Michigan, a 6'4" sophomore, will be coming in at the next dead ball, and the free throw is good here from Henry, making it 90-60. And actually, Mark, the Blue Devils in the midst of a 9-0 run. The Pilots' biggest lead was at 90-51.
Yeah, it's getting sloppy.
And one more opportunity for Okemos High School product Jordan Henry. Second free throw is no good. A rebound, Grant Galen. Up court quickly to Keontae Jenkins. Jenkins puts on the brakes, comes out now here to Ertz. Ertz. Back out here to Jenkins. Jenkins looking for some help. Now goes to Sheehy. Into the low post to Max Newman. Newman triple teamed. Looks. Comes back now to Dylan Sheehy. Sheehy shot way off the rim. Newman with the save. Back to Dylan. Dylan on the drive. Looks for ball reversal. Turnaround 12-footer. No good. And finally, Sishawa with the rebound. Now back here at the top. Now Carter France goes far side wing to Sishawa. And it's getting ready to check in for the Pilots is going to be Nick Bailey here at the next dead ball. Over here on the near side, it's Sishawa. Back out here to the left side now to Henry. Lost the handle on it. Ball's on the floor. Max Newman in a wrestling match.
Good hustle. Both coaches have to be pleased with the way guys are getting after it.
And multiple substitutions for the Pilots as they're going to. Is also going to check in will be Gabe Johnson, the 6'4" freshman from James Whitcomb Riley High School. As that's going to do it for Ertz. That is going to do it for Maxwell Newman. And now it'll be Galen to inbound the ball. No, check that. My apologies. It'll be Carter France to inbound the ball to the right of the lane. Goes inside to Danaher. Danaher scores the easy basket. That was the Olay defense by the Pilots.
Yes, not good. Not been a good run here.
An 11-0 run by Lawrence Tech has closed the gap to 90-62. And to the line, Danaher. Danaher comes into the ballgame averaging 1.5 points and 1.5 rebounds. His free throw is a brick. And he's got 4 here. And now the Pilots, here is Galen for a 3. Off the rim, no good. Rebound ricochets out of bounds. And it will be who? Who to go off of?
Going to stay here with the Pilots.
As Galen missed a 3-point shot. And now it'll be Gabe Johnson to inbound.
Yeah, there, and Sisawa is not going to leave Grant Galen. He's not letting him break the record.
Now here is Sheehy, goes now to Gabe Johnson in the far corner. Gabe, he can posterize inside to Nikolai Bailey for the layup. 92-62. Nick with the field goal. That's only his 3rd point of the year.
He looked good on that one.
But it was a good entry pass. Here's the ball into the hands of Henry. Back out, and back in they go to Danaher on the double down. Nice play by Galen on the defensive side. There's a pass stolen away by Gabe Johnson. Gabe back the other way.
Spot up, Grant.
Goes over here to Nick. Bailey with a left-handed layup. Good. 94-62. 4:31. Bailey with a career high here at Bethel.
He traveled on that one, though.
I know.
He got 2 steps.
Brandon Beavers goes far side now here to Shisawa. All right, come up high. Now at the top now, France swings it to the far side, running down the lane. Stop, ball reversal. Now here the ball is in the hands of Henry. To the right side, now to France. France 18-footer bucket. 94-64, and a timeout whistled by Joshua Pickens with 4:04 to go in regulation. We'll be back with more of college basketball right after this on the Regional Radio Sports Network.
Introducing the hard-working, time-starved, cash-strapped adult who everyone counts on. You. The ambitious working adult who started college but didn't finish. You were born to be great, and we want to change your life. Those old college credits and your work experience, it all counts. Be the you were born to be, faster and more easily than you ever thought possible. Let's work together on a degree in organizational management here at one of the most flexible, affordable, and respected private university in the American Midwest. Bethel University. Visit us right now at bu@bethel.com. BU, the you were born to be at Bethel.
For just some of the numbers for Grant Galon today, Mark. I know you've been diligently trying to keep track of everything, but what do you got?
So most three-pointers made in the game, 10 by Ryan Bales. Grant's got 9 today. Most points in the game, 48 by Dave Troyer. Grant has 42. They did take him out during that timeout, so we're done seeing the record-setting performance or attempt.
But I would suffice to say, how many basketball programs in the country have had 2 guys score 40 points in a year?
Yeah.
Here's Gabe Johnson with a nice little floater, tipped up and in by Bailey.
Bailey, who rarely gets court time,
got 6.
Looks like a man-child out there. But these guys practice every day against Cruz and Grant and that first team.
Exactly. They're playing against one of the best teams in the country every day, and you just got to get better. Here's Cecil with the basketball, handing it off now to Henry. He launches the triple, no good, as Nathan Ayers saves it now here to Dylan Sheehy.
Mickey.
Now in the game now for the Pilots. Mickey Stoyanov with a basketball. Comes all right over here. Go inside to Bailey. Bailey's going to back it in. Shot no good. Rebound tracked down by Logan Danaher. Up court quickly now. Flaring is Jordan Henry. Back out here now to Carter France. France looking for some help. Comes back now here to Sisawa. Now here to the top now, Jordan Henry. Henry one-on-one against Gabe Johnson, and a foul whistled on Gabe Johnson. Gabe just raises his hands and say, "You think?" I'm paraphrasing, of course.
Gabe's first, team's 8th.
And that'll be some free stuff. And now substitutions for Josh Pickens' Blue Devil squad. As now it's going to be Tyler Ballin, a Port Huron High School, Michigan product, playing only his 5th game of the year. He's coming into the game for Carter France, a sophomore. Keep in mind, Mark, that about this Tech team, no seniors on the squad. Very, very young group for Josh Pickens. Program certainly on an uptick.
Henry now with 20 points this afternoon.
96-65, 2:50 to go. And with the ball now again in the hands, Henry.
4 Tech players in double figures, only 2 Pilots.
Second free throw no good, and the rebound into the hands of Dylan Sheehy. Sheehy on the right wing. Comes around a Bailey screen, skips it over to the far side to Stoyanov. And Stoyanov knocks down the triple, his first of the year and his career at BU. 99-65.
That's my daughter's second favorite player because she likes the name Mickey.
And now a foul whistle on Gabe Johnson. And they call the forearm on Gabe. Gabe gets a proper thought from the guys wearing the black and white. But he was being respectful.
Absolutely. He's a freshman, doesn't get a lot of court time, and so he's asking, hey, what did I do? And, you know, it's a good chance for the refs to coach him up a little bit.
On the wanted bonus, no good on the opportunity. And now here's Stoyanov. Stoyanov on the far side wing. Skip pass over here to Dylan Sheehy. Sheehy drives, shovels it over to Bailey. Bailey tracks down the And a traveling call, or are they going to call a foul?
Going to call foul. That'll be a team 6. So the Pilots will take it out of bounds.
Whistle that one against Tyler Balin. And now it'll be Ertz to inbound the ball. 2:17 to go. And it'll be 20 seconds on the shot clock. They got it right. And now it'll be Ertz to inbound.
Well officiated game today, Paul. These three have worked well together, communicated well.
Dylan Sheehy with a drive. Lost the handle on it, and the ball goes off of Dylan out of bounds.
And he had Gabe Johnson on the back door. Gabe was going to throw one down. That's what Gabe's saying. Throw me the ball. He's not happy with Dylan right now.
And with the basketball now to walk it up is Jordan Henry. Talented sophomore from Michigan. Looking for some ball reversal to the near side to Arthur Asbury. And Asbury launches the triple and nails it. That's his first triple of the year. 99 to 68. 1:52 to go. Here's Bailey with the drive and a foul call. And that'll send Bailey to the line. Nick, so far 1 for 4 at the charity stripe.
Poor Danaher couldn't get out of his way. He got run over to draw that foul. He thought about taking a charge, and then common sense prevailed, and he decided to get out of the way if he could.
The last time the Pilots were over the century mark was in November. And Bailey knocks down this free toss. It'll be the 4th time this season the Pilots have gone over the century mark, but that brick is no good. And now here comes Jordan Henry again. Jordan on the right-hand dribble here on the left side wing. Comes around a screen, flares out. Will launch the triple and knock it down. 99-71, 1:30 to go.
Henry with 23. He was calling for that screen for the time he crossed half court.
Ertz with the ball out here at the top now. Gets the ball into the hands of Mickey Stoyanov. Back to Gabe Johnson, back to Ertz on the far wing, back to Stoyanov. Mickey comes out here now to Gabe Johnson at the free throw. Back to Mickey Stoyanov. 9 on the shot clock. Stoyanov on the look. Jump pass to Bailey. Now inside to Ertz for the layup. There it is, 101-71. For the 4th time this season.
Good back cut by Ertz. That's a good trap.
Over here on the near side, it's Sisawa handing it over to the far side. Now to Balon. Shot from 3, no good, and the ball is knocked off the hands of Arthur Asbury. And Life Granville will check into the game now here for Dylan Sheehy.
Coach Draven's daughter hanging out here. We're going to stop play for Ava.
With the basketball now checking in will be Matt Aqua.
Daddy, get the players
Aqua
off
from
the coach.
Thurston High School in Detroit.
She says, I'm ready to shoot hoops, Daddy. Get him off the floor.
And now with the basketball, Stoyanov comes out high now here to Ertz. Ertz goes right side of Live Granville. Life on the look. Comes back out now to Gabe Johnson. Gabe Johnson in between the rings goes left side. Now to Ertz. Ertz back to Live Granville with 10 on the shot clock. Gives it off to Stoyanov. Bounce pass inside to Gabe. Shot and a foul called as Gabe went strong.
And that's the look he wanted from Dylan earlier. He did the same backdoor cut. Dylan missed him.
And now Gabe Johnson goes to the line. Gabe 1 for 2 at the line this year, averaging 2.5 points, 1.5 rebounds per game. And the former Raleigh Wildcat will go to the line here with 23.4 seconds to go. And he calmly knocks down the free toss, 102-71. I think we'll talk to Grant Galon in the postgame show.
Yeah, I think so.
Second free throw by Gabe, good, 103-71.
Is that your vote for player of the game?
Yeah, probably.
All right.
I'll go out on the limb.
I don't want to rock the boat, so I'll go with you on this one.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you. Danaher with a pass to the right side. Gabe Johnson. Gabe back the other way.
Don't get hurt.
Gabe with the layup. 105-71.
Good read by Gabe. We saw him throw one down earlier this year. That time he was going to get undercut, so he just went ahead and laid it
Here's
in.
an off-balance shot on the way. Good from 18 by Balon, making it 105-73. That's your final. 105-73. The Pilots improved to 13-0. 7-0 here at home. And Josh Pickens and company, they fall to 7-6. They are now 5-4 on the road. We'll get a thought here from Grant Galen on the postgame show, as well as the head coach of the victorious Bethel Pilots here. So once again, the Pilots' next game coming up on Monday, going to be taking on Roosevelt. And for Lawrence Tech, it'll be a home affair against Madonna on the 2nd. So once again, congratulations, Coach Steve Draven. 13-0, off to a good start. I think certainly a spectacular performance by Double G. Man, is he good.
I'm really happy with our guys. They came back from the 7-day break in shape. I was really pleased with that. So they're trying to they want to be a good team, and they want to do something this second half of the season, and I was proud of that effort. And Grant played well. Obviously shot the ball really well, shooting with a lot of confidence. I give him a ton of credit because he gets in the gym more than anybody, I think. I don't see it all the time, but he's in here a lot of times when I'm walking through, and he puts the work in, and it showed off today.
I was here 2.5 hours before broadcast time setting up. Tanya and I were watching him, and I was mentioning to Tanya, his 47-foot shot is the same as his shot from 2 feet. He has an absolutely pure release point all the time. Obviously, his foot and his body is going to be a little different just because of his surroundings, but his release point is spot on. It's amazing.
He's got he's fluid. It's a natural motion, and he's got that gift, and he's worked at it a lot, and he's got that high release, and I don't want to go against him in a shooting contest because he could beat me for sure. But he's a great asset to have, and one thing I like about him even more than his shooting ability is just he's a good teammate, and he's a positive guy, and he's into it. He's bought into what we're doing, and that has had a positive impact on on his teammates, and I'm proud of him even more so for that.
How important was it when you were about the 5.5 minute mark when the bench knew it was going to come in and play, and the bench gave you quality minutes? Nick Bailey, as an example, came in and scored a career high 6 points and some cleanup time, and Gabe Johnson with 4 points. And keep in mind, Mark and I talked about, they're playing against one of the top 5 teams in America. They have to be getting better all the time.
For sure, absolutely. Guys are getting good work in practice, and I love seeing guys. I thought our guys were good teammates today. They cheered for each other, they encouraged each other, got on each other in the right way, and it showed from each player on down the line. When you play together and you have a common focus, good things can happen. Just hope this continues.
They take from their coach. They don't get bigger than the situation, and we see it with you. We hear it in the pregame interview. Just don't worry about the score. Don't worry about it. Just do what we need to do it better, improve, and you see it, Coach.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun to watch so far.
I was pleased the last 5 or 10 minutes our guys on the bench just being into the game, with the guys that don't play as much, and trying to help them get better.
Cruz came into the game he didn't have a rebound. Is that right, Mark?
He did not have a rebound today.
Wow.
So we thought about how rare that was.
Yeah.
But here's a guy who's averaging 6 rebounds a game. And what it says is a message to everybody else who's watching the game film that it's not just the Travion Cruz show.
True. We got a lot of guys that can play, and we got a lot of guys that bring value.
Sure.
That's something we talk about every day is, what can you do to help bring value to this team? Whether it's a great guy in practice, whether it's a guy on the bench during games, whether, a guy to come in and just shut somebody down defensive end, and a guy that can come in and make a shot or make a play offensively. We got a lot of different weapons, and I'm pleased with our guys and just our effort tonight.
You've been around the game for a long time, Coach. Have you ever seen a dunk like that one?
Oh, my. That was pretty good.
That was ESPN Top 10 worthy.
My freshman and sophomore year, I got dunked on by the dunk champion. My freshman year, against a guy from Loyola that won it out of Chicago. And then my sophomore year, I got dunked on by Roland Roberts, who won the NCAA dunk contest. So I've seen him, but from defensive end.
My claim to fame was that Damon Bethea dunked on me in high school.
Okay, yeah.
He ended up being pretty good.
Yeah, he did.
It was okay.
All right, we'll see you on Monday, buddy.
I appreciate
Congratulations
it.
on the win. All right, let's get some thoughts here from Grant Galen. He's somewhere.
He's over there taking pictures with family, so let's run through the stats while Coach goes to get him here. The visitors shot 27 of 61, 44%, 9 of 27, 33% from three-point range, 10 of 17, 59% from the line. They had 24 rebounds, 6 on the offensive end. 10 assists, 16 turnovers. Individually, Beaver, 7 points, 3 rebounds. Cumberland, 2 points, 3 rebounds. France, 10 points and a rebound. Gustafson, 11 points, 4 rebounds. Ivanovic, 11 points, 7 rebounds. Allen had a rebound. Cicero had a rebound. Ashbury, 3 points and a rebound. Henry had 23 points off the bench and 1 rebound. Balin, 2 points. Danaher, 4 points, 1 rebound. Let's talk about the player of the game.
Let's talk to Grant Galen. Double G, great performance. You know, Mark and I are talking about 9 3-point baskets, one shy of tying the school record. But the one that probably, the basket that people were going to make the biggest stink about was the Thunder dunk. I'm interested to see on, I go back and watch the film on our reaction, because I don't even remember what I even said, because it was just, whoa, where did that come from? So just tell us, as the play was unfolding, did you see it happening?
I mean, yeah, Max hit it, kicked it to me, and I just saw a lane, and, there was one guy standing between me and the bucket, and I just decided to go for it. I mean, we were we were having fun, and
it was a poster-sized dunk, for sure.
Yeah, so it was me or him. So
I was mentioning it throughout the course of the broadcast. I mentioned it to Steve. I was here 2.5 hours before the game, and you're out here shooting.
Yep.
And the thing that's most noticeable for me as a guy who used to teach shooting is the fact that your release point is absolutely the same whether you're shooting from 2 feet to 15 feet, and even when you're shooting from 47 feet. Yep. It's absolutely the same. The only difference, there may be a little variances on where your feet come down, because you need a little bit of, the lower half of your body. Can you talk about where you learned that at?
My dad in the driveway. I mean, he started me off young, and, we did one-handers until, the time I was a senior in high school. So, I mean, I learned everything I know from him.
That's a great point. Great. Kudos out to Pops, right?
Yep.
Absolutely. So, best dunk of your career?
Yeah, I mean, best dunk for sure. I mean, I can't remember another one.
We've been calling these games for a long time. I don't know that I've seen a better one in this gym. So,
I appreciate it.
9 for 11 3-point range is a pretty good afternoon, but I'm with everybody else. I'm going to say, you got to go YouTube that dunk.
Thank you.
And I'll say this too, defense. You had a great steal and a layup here. Last game, you just missed one over here in front of us where you came. I said it. There's times that I think we see the offense-defense substitution. Sometimes you knock down threes, then Dylan comes in, but you read passing lanes well. So I know you're still working on that game too.
Yep, trying to just keep expanding.
All-around player, my friend.
Thank you so much.
You're being a great teammate. We'll see you on Monday.
Hey, my teammates are the best in the country. I love those guys.
All right.
Good stuff.
All right. Once again, thanks to Grant Galen. Great effort here today, and what a great Christmas present that was for the Pilots. You want to go ahead and finish wrapping up those stats?
Yeah, Pilots.
We've got to go do another game.
Pilots are 39 of 72, 54%, 15 of 29 behind the line, 52%. They ended up hitting 12 of 19 free throws, 63%, 51 rebounds, 17 offensive rebounds, 23 assists to 14 turnovers. Individually, Rassler 2 points and a rebound. Newman 6 points, 9 rebounds. Cruz 11.7 assists. DeHart had 8.6 rebounds. Sheehy had 2 rebounds. Jenkins 6 points, 2 rebounds. Granville 2 points and a rebound. Gabe Johnson 4 points. Mickey Stoyanov 3 points. Nathan Ertz 9 points, 3 rebounds. Nikolai Bailey had 6 points and a rebound. Philippe Segota 6 points, 8 rebounds. And your player of the game, Grant Galen, 13 of 17 from the floor, 9 triples, 4 offensive rebounds, 9 total rebounds, 42 points, and he only played 27.5 minutes.
42 points in 27.5 minutes.
It's a good day at the office.
That is a great day at the office. That's one that most players can almost ever dream of. That's going to do it. Once again, the Pilots improved to 13-0, unbeaten here at home, obviously, as they'll be looking forward to the road trip to the Windy City, where they'll be taking on Roosevelt and the University of St. Francis out of Illinois. That's going to do it. Once again, a special thanks to Taylor and Tanya upstairs for taking care of the business at hand. Thanks to our coaches for being with Josh Pickens, as well as Mark Polsgrove, as well as Coach Steve Draven and Grant Galen here on the postgame show. Final score, once again, the Bethel University Pilots win this one going away 105-73. And for all of us at Regional Radio Sports, God bless you all. Semper Fidelis. Good night, everyone.